Yeah.
Oh, that's
So
awesome.
yeah, so to avoid, so the module I was using for it is notoriously like just faulty, basically. And so I was like, okay, well, I'll wait until a more stable version of that comes out. Until then, the bag of holding was made. I just made it an entity that is also owned by whoever is holding the bag of holding item.
Oh, I love that.
It is a workaround, and is considered to be actually the preferred way by most people to use it.
I mean, it works really well.
Yeah, it works.
It'll auto sort all of it into the thing, and I can just trade myself.
You can also put money in that, and it'll keep track of it.
Yeah, it'll organize it into whatever it is. Which, by the way, do we want to? I can update that now because I did have money in the bag of holding.
Yeah. What did you put in it again?
You
when
made
did
an.
Aaron leave Maine? You
what?
just re-entered today?
I don't know. He has a different account. I think something's wrong with his main one.
Oh.
I don't know if I got to kick it or something, but
I was just like, wasn't he here the whole time? What happened?
he was. Yeah, no, you're correct. It's...
Black.
Yeah, I don't know.
Let me see here.
I made a note down somewhere that I put. So maybe it's in my book. Perhaps it is in my notes. Nope, that's
Someone
not
is
my notes.
slurping up some Thai food.
No, I'm slurping.
so sorry.
That's mac and cheese, not Thai food.
Oh. Fucking slurps up, as I used to say when we played Divinity.
Slurps
Dude,
up.
I've been getting a bunch of recommendations for Baldur's Gate 3.
You can fuck the bear.
reveals and
You can,
stuff.
yeah, you can fuck the bear.
Yeah, literally,
There-
that came out and I
What?
didn't care, but that made it so popular that I got all of their trailers. And
yeah, no, it there is the bear sex scene
in
involved.
For you to care.
Yes,
Baldur's
absolutely.
Gate is a- Baldur's Gate is a WotC property, right? Was it the Coast property?
It is WotC probably, but it's made by the people who made Divinity: Original Sin 2.
Right.
So
I'm
I have
interested in
faith in them. I have faith
No,
basically.
it looks really good. It's like, you know
they-
how everyone says
they-
Divinity is D&D but a video game? This
It's
is
not really
D&D but
D.
a video game.
It's
They've,
not
like-
really D&D. It's more Pathfinder than it is D&D, I think.
Well, yeah, but that's the comparison everybody makes.
But
for
Pathfinder
this.
Sure.
has a
That's
video
how
game,
people-
so we can't
Pa- the
call
Path-
it that.
Pathfinder video games are like really in depth. I touched Kingmaker for like 5 hours, and I got like past the tutorial because I spent so much time creating a character. There's so much fucking shit in there.
Yeah, I didn't make a note of it, so I'm assuming we were gonna do it, but then figuring it out wasn't good enough, so I just said I'll carry it on me.
Yes, I think that's what happened.
I will figure out at some point during the session and move it over myself because I can do that.
But yeah, it's the Baldur's Gate thing I'm really excited for because apparently there's like 3 paths for every class in the game. And it's really cool how they did the Oathbreaker Paladin, how you actually have to break your oath that you make as a paladin.
Yeah.
And then you can actually gain it back through like a quest.
It's so
and
cool looking. It
That's
just
so
looks
cool.
Like an amazing game.
It looks like it's fucking go.
The problem is that okay, never mind. I can't send to a player. Okay.
Yes.
So clicking and dragging duplicates. I have to
So don't do
right-click
that.
Send to player in order to do that. Okay. I was just testing with the short bow.
Are you duping short bows? Are you Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom duping
short
glitch? Are you doing a dupe glitch?
No, I'm doing it in Whiterun. I'm walking in, talking to my follower, leaving, quick saving, quick loading.
I am sworn to carry your burdens.
Yeah, I have
And
17.
400 pounds of dragon bones.
Well, the main use for that is to clone the shout amulet, and then you use the other dupe glitch, which allows you to equip multiple amulets to equip enough of them that your shout has a negative cooldown, and then you spam whirlwind sprint everywhere, or whatever fire spell or whatever force one.
So originally you were spamming iron daggers to like get smithing 100, and now what happens is people just get alteration magic and smithing 200 because you just have to smith jewelry instead. If you spam, you just get a bunch of iron ore, spam rings, you get to smithing 100 really quickly, and you also get high alteration magic, which is cool.
Mm-hmm.
What a ridiculous game.
I'm I'm gonna combine those oil flasks. So get rid of one of the 3. Edit the other one. So it says 6. There.
We're just waiting for Maddie now.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, that's the sound that good mac and cheese makes, I guess.
I'm so
That's what-
sorry.
It's fine. It's fine.
Perfect smell like. Taste? No, sounds like, not smells.
Yeah, yeah. What is it? You would have.
Hmm.
Yeah. What does it smell like? Please do not answer that. Please do not answer that.
I don't know, it's been a while.
Jeez.
All right, but what
don't
does
like
good dick
that.
smell like? What does good dick smell like then?
Mine, baby.
Oh god.
Oh yeah, mac and cheese sauce. Wanna guess what it's made of? Sauce? That's right, cheese.
Fucking love that.
It's okay. I found another loud food to eat instead.
Loud fish? What?
Loud food.
I just want to say,
Check
Ty,
this
that I love the banner for your
yo.
profile. I saw it like a week ago, but I remembered like it's the funniest thing ever. The banner for your profile on Discord. It's my favorite thing.
Onion back shot.
The fucking onions. It was the funniest. It was like the funniest like week on the internet when that TikTok came out of like the onion back shots.
I've never seen this.
You've never seen it? It's so it disarms like everyone who sees it. Everyone who's ever seen it for the first time is just immediately disarmed by it.
I mean, I am. I'm stunned. I'm stun locked.
Stun lock. What are we seeing? I'm lost.
Look,
If you click on Ty's profile, his banner is in my top 5 favorite videos of all time. It's a fucking onion. Big fan of onions, that is.
I'm glad to say that I literally can't tell what's happening.
It's onion, knife, onion, POV. Onion, knife, onion, POV. Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah.
Good job.
Sure was. Sure was. While we wait for Maddie, would we like to do a review of the previous session?
That's okay.
Does anyone here take notes? Oh, that's right. I forgot. No one takes notes.
I take notes. Fuck you.
Negative
Oh yeah.
notes.
Then why don't you review for us, Cam?
Maybe I
Huh?
will. Fucker.
Yeah. Okay. Do it.
Ready? Hello.
I will not stand for this.
Oh.
Sits down.
All right.
All right.
Yeah.
So basically,
Yeah.
we, as a group, unnamed currently, but we're here to help people. Smile.
Yes.
We keep failing on that, but we get better
The
every time.
entry on my Obsidian notebook is still unnamed party.
We did the badminton thing. That was this campaign, right?
No.
That was a mixture of this and last campaign.
Yeah, that was something you guys could have come up with a new joke in between the previous campaign and this one, so you just kept
That sounds
using
like
it.
us. Yeah, that sounds about right.
But basically, we were going around to gather up all the speakers to have a council about the device that we found in Meredith's home and the possible ending of the Bright Blight and what that can mean for the people in this area and what that can mean for the people using the device, because last time we used it, we got attacked. After talking with, I don't have her name down. Not the Bart. No, after we didn't talk. We talked with Deshaun and Socks.
Yeah.
About mostly Deshaun. Socks was there too. About the fact that
Sock was
we-
there.
Just happened to be.
Sock was there. He
About the
existed.
fact that we probably should consider it. Should have everyone's opinion on this, and so the idea of the council was thrown out. And we are currently on our way to get you speakers that we have not yet to meet with. When
Yes,
we got to Whitehall, we noticed a commotion, realizing that the current speaker, after a little bit of talking to them, is dead. Under
Yes.
mysterious circumstances that no one seems to be bothered by.
Yeah, that was
but-
Oh,
that's
yeah.
the weirdest part for sure.
he's also
I
buried in a
have a note
barrel.
that Pal's a little racist because he didn't know that we could talk to goblins.
Right? Yeah,
Oh yeah, that was the one important note I took.
the two that we've talked to were Quopip Tosselfall and Plash Murmur.
Yes.
Mhm.
Hey, I wrote down Mr. Murmur and Plash under separate character notes, so I'm like, that's the same person though.
Important note that was made in the previous session. If I could direct your attention to over here. Let's look up. Why is it not going? There we go. Over here.
That's west.
Yeah, west. Cam had to be reminded of what was east and what was west.
Absolutely.
I'd like to remind you. I would like to remind everyone.
Thank you for your service.
Regardless, we went and dug up the body, attempted to speak with it, realizing that either A, the body it failed, realizing that most likely the body had already been spoken with.
Right.
We then went around and talked to Quopip and Plash one last time, and resolved that we are going to solve this mystery. We were going to go to the scene of his original discovery of the body, which was outside of his office in the brewery, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
And yeah, that was our current plan. The overall plan for us being here is to just settle the dispute between Quopip and Plash, so that one of them is a speaker and we have a representative from Whitehall. At which point then we would move on.
Which one of them becomes the speaker? We need
Yeah.
a speaker.
Howl's probably like the least invested person in this whole thing.
Yes, but Penny wants to help, and so she says she shall.
This is what happens when you have a good alignment. When you have a bunch of innocent children in your party, they just want to be friends with everyone. This is what happens.
I don't know what you're talking about. Penny is so nice and so helpful, and she does things so quickly. She gets
Alright.
it always on the first try, and definitely doesn't kill the whole party.
Nona
All right.
doesn't want to be friends with everyone. She is friends with everyone.
Right.
That's a better ending to that sentence than what I thought.
Noda just wants to go. Noda's tired of being nice. She just wants to go ape shit. Aren't you tired of being nice? But she'll go ape shit.
But yeah, so that was our current plan.
Alright.
I don't know what time of day is it, because we got here.
It's time for you to watch.
Time for me
wasn't even
to
a
watch.
Yeah, nice up top. Good job. All right.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So you guys got here. Let me check the map real quick. Where you guys came from? Oh, you came in from Lucky Fortune. Yeah, you were able to get here like in the middle of the day. Basically, was when you
So we
first
got set up
arrived.
plenty of sunlight.
I mean, it's always bright out.
Right. Yeah.
So I can put on the.
Like, there are
I
people
can-
still.
I can put on the
Please.
performance butchering filter
Please.
if you want.
Please.
Please don't.
Please, sire. It's been so long. We've been good.
One day I'll make a new one
That's
that doesn't
not
crash your
eye-piercing.
computer. Yeah, it does not eye piercing. Doesn't crash your computers. But until then,
So yeah. I'm assuming there's still well, the town isn't working right now because I'm assuming most people are out.
no.
Good job. or-
Essentially, what you have is there is a large section of the town. Since Whitehall is mostly just in the cactus wine juice, basically brewing business. And the fact that that production of that's just sort of stripped down. The only actual work that's being done is the transportation of what's already made. There's some imports, some exports going out, but overall, it's just it's mostly just a lot of people lazing around. There's some people that just seem to be going around doing their own thing, but in terms of actual work, no, there's not much going on.
Yes. Okay. So basically, what I'm trying to say is buildings are still open. We can still talk to people. We got
Absolutely. If you peer, you're directed towards the area known as the Tap. That's where a lot of the breweries are. And if you look, you can like definitely peek inside. Some through windows, some you can like the doors just unlock. You can open and look inside. There just seems to be like just guys goofing off, boys being boys. Like
Boys
they're like
being boys.
set like there's like you're like peeking and there's just like a couple of tieflings that are just like stacking boxes as high as possible and trying to sit on top of the boxes and stuff like that. Like stuff that's not safe clearly, but they're just like they're not working. They decided that like it's been decided that the workers are not working, so they're gonna goof off, I guess.
Yeah, it's
I
like
love that for them.
it's like they had one meeting today, and then the rest of the day it was just like, yeah, I'm not doing anything.
Yeah, it's like what am I gonna do? I got nothing.
And then so yeah, I guess we would kind of ask around and try to figure out where the scene of the crime is.
The correct one is is you're going back to like the oldest brewery, which behind you can see that that Urgerlor was buried. If you go to like the front entrance, that's the one where his main office is located in. And also like the most empty. There's not really many people around. There's like you enter in and there just seems to be like there's like a bronze dragonborn that's just sort of like snoozing, like leaned back in a chair snoozing a little bit. There seems to be like the half elf just sort of pacing and seems to just be like pondering basically. But overall, there's not much going on in here. Say doing this one.
Yeah. Penny would kind of just look at the others and be like, should we ask them first, or should we just go? I don't know if this is, like we're just allowed to walk in.
I mean, we can always try to.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say we could try to just go, and if they, I don't know, if they stop us, then we could ask.
I was gonna say, like, how many boxes are they stacked up to right now?
This is a different one. That's in one of the newer ones where it's like full of like younger, stupid people. This one seems to be like more of the middle-aged workforce.
Younger, young people.
Yeah, the younger generation just have they don't want to work and they have like no respect for their the work environment, and it's just like just crazy,
Yeah, I would just kind of look around. So sorry, I kind of zoned out for a little bit of that.
Right, you enter.
Oh, we went inside the brewery.
Yeah, the brewery, there's like the one that, so the brewery is the oldest brewery, is the one that you were guided towards. The doors, like the front door area is actually just have like really open doors that just like swings open to like saloon doors basically, and there's a like a short counter that a bronze dragonborn is just sort of like leaning back in a chair with his feet kicked up, hat tilt, like a wide brim hat tilted down over his eyes, with light snoring. Cool. You can see clearly past him. There's like there's sort of like not exactly a window, but just basically an open like space behind him that leads it back into like the actual like brewing part of the brewery, where there's like containers that seem to be holding, that you assume would be storing some sort of liquid and treating it however they do for this beverage. And you see in between there just seems to be a half elf with a short hair pulled back into a ponytail, just sort of like hand on chin, just sort of like seems to be contemplative as you see him like poke out in between the containers and then like go back in. He just seems to be pacing. But otherwise, it is a relatively lax setup here. Like gazing, like you can see a bit further into the area that there is like, after the rows of containers, there is a very clear like staircase that goes up into what you assume might be like some official building. It doesn't seem to go out. It seems to lead to a room of some kind.
Yeah, Penny would just kind of look at everyone else and be like, I'm just gonna go ask then, because they don't seem like they're gonna turn us away. And she's gonna kind of like, just kind of do like the walking away, pushing the bag off my shoulder kind of thing, where you guys like make sure it's on your shoulder,
Sure.
and then kind of walk up to the counter, unable to see over it.
Alright.
I got you. I'm gonna run up and like get on all fours so you can step on my back so that you can see.
All right,
I like
so
to
when you
imagine came like behind me, like ran, dove between my legs, and like stood up.
did you just
with the already on
tabletop
your
Penny?
shoulders.
Like,
No, I'm like, no, I got you. I want her to be able to look.
Take this nerd.
yeah, okay.
And I would just be like, "Oh, are you sure?"
Yeah.
Okay, Penny's gonna just step on top. And
Okay,
then kinda-
so with Noda on her hands and knees to act as like a table, and for Penny to stand on it, you still do not see over this counter.
that's what I figured, but
just so you're aware.
I'm gonna raise my hand up and just gonna wave it. Be like, excuse me, hello.
You hear just like a snort, just. Oh.
Hi.
Yeah, he keeps
sorry. What? Oh God.
Can you?
I'm gonna point my finger at him and cast a message.
All right.
And say, "Oh, hello." And he hears it directly in his head.
All right. You're gonna immediately see like the feet, the legs like that are propped up on the counter like tense up, and his feet are gonna kick him back. You're gonna hear him just go, "What the fuck?" And he's gonna like fall backwards in his chair.
Oh, I'm sorry.
He's like, you'll see like him, the wide brim hat now clearly off. You just see a bronze dragonborn with a sort of like turquoise pattern on his scales that just sort of contrast with.
So cool.
He's got these green eyes. One kind of wince closed as he's just rubbing a bump on his head. He's like, yeah, can I help you? We're not really doing much right now. Everyone he looks back, and like the half elf will like just pop out for a moment before turning around and pacing back behind
Is
Vision.
like the half
It's like,
elf the only person we see on the actual like work floor?
yes.
Okay.
He's like, yeah,
like-
well, everyone's sort of out now.
Yeah, we were hoping. We were talking with Mr. Murmur and Mr. Quopip. And we were going to be looking into the death of. Oh God, I have a name.
Yeah.
I have a name.
Yeah, you take notes, do
You're
you?
trying to convince yourself.
Do you take notes, Cam? Do you take notes? Or
Do I
are
take
you a fraud?
notes?
You don't take notes. I can
I
see.
just
I
have
see.
old speaker. Urgalor.
What was his full name?
I didn't get the last name.
Yeah, okay. Fine, whatever. Dylan Whisper told you, but you weren't paying
maybe
attention.
Further back. Wait, no, it's not.
That was the previous session.
I know, but we heard the name Urgalor like before. Like the
Yes.
first time we talked to him.
Yes. All right. But yeah, he'll be like, oh yeah, he kind of bit it. Don't know how that happened, but I'm sure Plasher will be able to clean up and do good by whatever it was he was doing. He just kind of
Yeah.
shrugs.
And so we were actually going to be helping Mr. Murmur. We were wondering if we could take a look at the area that he was found.
He'll just sort of shrug and be like, I don't know how that helped, but yeah, knock yourself out. Like I said, we're not doing any work today.
Well, could you point us at that? If you want to help us, then could you point us out where he was originally found? And maybe we might have a few questions as well. Nothing too much.
He's like, he was like settling back in his chair, but sort of that thing that just like sort of like a parent that just wants to sit down, but like a kid is like insisting, so you see him like place his hands on his knees and just like brace himself up. He's like, yeah, all right, and he's gonna grab his hat and like press it firmly onto his head and just be like, come on back. He's gonna like push open a door. And he's just gonna sort of stride through. He's gonna lead you down like
walking with
He-
Penny on
he's
my
gonna-
back still.
he's gonna lead you down a set of stairs. And you'll see like he'll look down at Penny like a bit like inquisitively, and then once like, he makes it past the counter to see like Notice like supporting him, you'll see an eyebrow quirk. And then you just see him just like sigh, shake his head, and like tilt his hat down further, be like, I don't see it.
So like We Bear Bears, that's sort of the situation.
Yeah. Then I watch it like, wow, Noda's so strong.
So strong. She could hold up all 19 pound.
Yeah,
How
she
much does Penny weigh? I forget constantly.
I think I have it somewhere in my notes about like the average weight of a mouse folk.
I actually have it written down. I know.
You never ask a lady her weight.
That's
relevant basics. There it is.
15 pounds.
Mm. Hey, that's
Yes.
15 more pounds than normal.
That's true.
What do you mean the normal?
True.
That was normally on my back.
Yeah.
Oh, I think you meant from normal mice. I'm like, you think mice float?
Mice are actually antimatter. Little known fact.
Mice choose to walk on the ground.
Yeah, absolutely.
Jeez.
You have to wear weighted shoes.
But yeah, Penny's gonna hop down off.
What is the rest of the party doing? Do they follow, or are they just gonna watch as Noda attempts to carry Penny to their destination?
I'll go.
Follow.
Yeah, they
Don't
They
follow.
shouldn't. I don't like them being left alone.
But you don't want to leave the children
Like
with a stranger.
What do you mean? You don't trust the
I don't know
8-year-old
what the
and
fuck you're gonna tell them.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
for their
he's
safety, not ours.
yeah, he's got the dragon boat's just sort of gonna dust himself off and just sort of lead you down this like open door past like the into like an actual through an actual doorway and then lead you down a set of stairs onto the warp floor through the set of like containers or just like gesture them. That's where the brewing happens. I'm assuming that's not what you're here for though. He's gonna gesture towards the set of stairs that you saw from a distance in the sort of brewery, and he'll like point to like the specific set. Like there's like a specific like sort of circular sort of splotch of stain in the middle of the staircase. He's like,
Oh, God.
yeah, he was kind of found over there. We tried to clean it up best we could, but like sometimes it's just kind of hard to get out of the wood, I guess. I'll shrug.
Okay.
And they just lean against the wall. So, any questions you got, feel free to ask, I guess.
Well, I can go over and take a look at this. If any of you guys want to ask the questions while I do that, we can multitask. And then Penny's going to pull out her spell book, flip all the way to the back where it's blank, and she has some notes. And she's going to go over to the stain and just kind of walk around and inspect it.
Sure.
Tasks.
Tasks.
You can make an investigation or medicine check.
It's going to be an
Penny.
investigation for me.
Okay.
You think I would have cleared out my dice tray by now, but no. I left all my dice in there until the moment
Not
I needed to
so.
roll. Fuck. Didn't hear that.
Definitely didn't hear that.
That's a high number, plus a high number. I didn't update... Oh, I have not updated my actual paper thing. I need to do that soon. Let's go through here. That is a 18 plus 7, 25.
All right. Make an Arcana check for me now with that
Yeah,
high
that's
roll.
fine.
Oh, God. I'm covering so much. It's a 19 plus 7.
Hey, yo.
This dice is rolling hot.
Okay.
19 plus 7 for 26.
With that roll, and that investigation check, you're able to determine that the supposed death of Urgalor involved no traceable magical means. It was not a magical spell that did him in, nor like any sort of magical attack.
It was a magical 3-stab wound.
That can't happen. There are magical swords and swords made of magic.
That is true. You're not seeing like the but with that also investigation check, you see like the sort of like splotchy stain that's on the staircase. You're able to determine like that wasn't like him being like torn like apart. Even when you examined the body earlier when you tried to speak with it, you're able to tell like yeah, he was dealt a singular blow that was able to kill him. And that was it. That was his death. So whatever sort of like extreme like appearance of this, it just seems like he just bled out all over the staircase after he was killed. There wasn't anything overtly like intense about it. It seems.
So, yeah.
Can I like Well, I'm first of all, Noda's like definitely like kind of hovering over Penny a little bit, like a little too close. You know, like when somebody's just like trying to read your notebook and isn't being subtle about it.
Penny does
She
not
got the
notice.
full head tilt, like trying to read. And then can I just sort of like, I guess, look around the area to see if like, I don't know, not that like a knife got thrown aside or something, but like if there's anything that looks
Like signs of a
sus.
struggle.
You find a knife that was thrown aside.
Like maybe like signs of a struggle, like impacts.
Sure.
and-
Right.
Make a perception check.
Cosigns of a struggle.
I can perceive. I cannot perceive. I got a nat one.
Oh my god.
You're Noda. You look and you're like, the dust underneath the stairs seems to be disturbed.
And I'm gonna like wipe a finger across and lick it. That's dust.
It's got kind of like a
Tastes like
citrusy.
skin
It's got sort of like a
cells.
citrusy taste to it, actually.
Yeah, and Penny's gonna just kind of continue, like just kind of looking over, maybe also like looking up around for signs of struggle as well. But like just kind of focusing more locally on where the stain was. Is the stain on the stairs or at the top of the
Yes,
stairs?
it is on the stairs.
Can I go to the top of the stairs and look around then?
Sure. So the top of the stairs is there's sort of like a landing at the top of the stairs that gives like a little bit of space before there's just a door that leads to like his office. And so if you wish to like take a look around the top area of the stairs, go ahead and make a perception check for me.
Oh, I'm so good at those.
Mhm.
That's a natural 20. Holy fuck!
Nice.
For a total of my perception has not changed, so it should be the same. And we're level 5, so proficiency did go up. So actually, it is different. So that's a +4, so 24.
24. Okay.
24.
25. 25. Nice. With the 24, you're able to sort of you're able to take like a quick look around the landing, and you're able to notice sort of like an impression at the top of the stairs, actually, that makes it seem like that with your perception and your passive intelligence, you're able to put together that he slipped. There was like someone slipped at the top of the stairs, basically, and like and did that thing where
a
they
board that might got pushed out of place because he put too much weight on it or something.
yeah, basically like he put too much weight like on his heels, basically, as like he was slid down, and you're able to like put that together along with your investigation check that happened around the stain on the stairs, and you're able to see like, okay, he didn't fall all the way down the stairs. He did that thing where like you slide partway down the stairs a little bit and are able to catch yourself.
But then he didn't have the energy to get up.
Yeah, and then something, and then then something else happened. However, putting that together, you're able to see something sticking out of like the corner of the area. This landing is sort of like tucked into the corner, so there's a few crates on the landing, and you're able to see something sticking out of there. And there's like a small like booklet that seems to have like pieces of paper fraying at it. At a glance, it seems to be like something that you easily fit papers in and out, almost like a binder or a folder. Yeah, and it's sitting there, sort of like it seemed to like have tumbled out, very unceremoniously, like into the corner.
I'm gonna pick it up. I'm gonna snatch it.
All right. Oh, you pick it up.
Look at it.
All right.
Is there anything I can tell from the outside?
Outside. Make an investigation check.
Oh, don't fail me now. You've been rolling so hot. That rolled out of the dice tray. Wow, that's a 10 plus 7 for 17.
You see, etched in, it's sort of like leather bound, and it has etched into the cover of it, EA. EA Sports. It's in the game. But yeah,
it's like a leather-bound, like almost like binder. It's not a
yeah,
traditional book, but
it's not a
like
traditional book.
spaces for pages.
It has room for pages to be slotted in and pulled out, basically.
Binder.
And that's where
Great.
you're able to see like on the outside.
Oh, Urgalor A. His last name started with an A. I remember that,
Yeah.
but I didn't get the full name.
True.
Talking about Elderkind? Elderkind?
Correct.
Oh, you do have last name. Nice, yeah.
I only have the last name. I don't have his first name.
Together we make one full note.
With all forces combined. In the shape of a full name.
E-A.
E-A.
Yeah, Penny's just gonna open it up and thumb through it. If you wanted to hop to someone else.
I'm just uncomfortable with the silence as we're all just watching
Penny's just
Penny
gonna take the time.
investigate.
Yeah, no,
Penny's
so...
like in a
What's your
full-
favorite stain cleaner? Asking for a friend.
The Dragonborn that like showed you guys this area, he's just sort of leaning up against a wall partway up the stairs and just like washed in sort of like awe as Nodo scurried underneath the stairs to go lick some dust.
The god
And he's just kind of gobsmacked by that. And he's just like
You should
there's
really
like
dust here more often. That was pretty
He's
old.
like, yeah, I'll get to that. Penny, when you crack open this booklet, however, you do see that there isn't much in there. There is simply a series of documents logging the imports and exports in and out of Wethall.
It's like a ledger.
Yeah. Not complete. It seems to only be handling, like, recent stuff. It's not, like, the full complete whatever, like, ledger of all time. It seems to be, like, only, like, keeping track of things up to the past, like, month or so.
Okay, yeah, like a lot of businesses, it probably like once you're done with the month, you just file it away somewhere in case you need it later. But then you keep the most recent one on you. Okay. It's just exports for the last month. Is there any that stand out to me? I doubt Penny would be able to put together names or places that are important yet, given how little she's traveled around here.
Let me check. You already rolled a decent investigation check. Yeah, I'll keep rolling with your previous investigation check. There's just some vague things. There's a lot of vague materials, a lot of spices, some meats, and that's like pretty like whatever. It seems like it's not only like the imports and exports for the brewing company, it's also for like the town itself, basically. So there's a lot of like miscellaneous stuff, like medicine, building materials, and whatnot. There is something that like that seems to be like coming from there was a marked import from from Fiolet, actually. And it is an import for a lot of like chunks of Almiron.
Oh.
Oh god, okay.
That's not good, is it?
But
And it looks like there wasn't even supposed to like stay here in Wethall. They were supposed to just take it and then transport it somewhere else. That was supposed to be like there's like little notes next to it that like they're just supposed to be holding on to it before sending it, like waiting for a new courier to take it somewhere else.
I'm curious if that was supposed to go to Meridus. Because he didn't need Almiron specifically, maybe having some samples of it would have been better.
I should note that this isn't like a few samples or this is like probably like a crate or two full of Almiron.
Like actual workable material.
Yes, workable material. Yes, this is not like a handful of scraps. Like you found like a few daggers and javelins of Almiron. This is like crates filled with like stuff that you could process. Yeah, that you could process and like make something of it
for where it needs to go next.
Yes. There's a lot of like imports and exports going out of Wethall, so you like as you look, you see like there's also a lot of in addition to like the miscellaneous stuff doesn't seem to be full of business. Wethall is also a very popular middleman because it is like on the other side of people want to go around the mountains. They either go through Wethall or Margarine, and Wethall is a very popular one because there's always a lot of like product being transported due to their wine business.
Much to think about. Wonder where that shipment of Omron went to. Do I find another like export thing saying like, "Hey, we sent this off to here" of the Omron?
With your continuing with your investigation check and your passive intelligence, you're able to see that, the mark, like the little marking on it where it's like it says like, "Hey, we'll hold on to this. It's going to be sent out." It was like, put it in storage, be ready to retrieve it at this date. That date is a few days from now, actually.
No.
Curious, sir.
On
and
con?
Curious, sir. Yeah, Penny is just gonna think. She's thinking.
doing the Gandhi clone high thinking.
She's just gonna.
What is everyone else doing? As Noda's eating dust. She's slightly alarming the Dragonborn that led you back here. What is everyone else doing?
Oh, Sam's doing the Gandhi think pose from Clone High now. That's what he's doing.
I was imagining standing like next to Pal and Sam, but kind of curious about eating dust myself after watching Noda do it.
Don't do it.
And I've been like silently like standing cool against the wall, like with like
Yeah,
one foot up.
absolutely. He's super
and
cool.
I, like one hand on my chin, look like I'm thinking, but I'm just thinking about
Whoa! Holy shit!
It's hey, I wonder what's going through their mind. Probably something cool, and then like, and there's just like dust bunnies rolling around in Griss's mind.
It's that like fucking SpongeBob like spilled milk thing.
I wonder what is going on inside their head.
Dunk.
Donk.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what is? Sorry, I'm like actually consulting my actual notes currently. So
You don't take notes, Cam. Shut up.
Mm-hmm.
the only person that I could think.
Do we get the guy's name that's standing there with us?
You didn't. You just said you wanted to like check out the area. You said you were helping out Clash, and so he's like, he just shrugged and is like, all right, whatever. We're not doing anything.
I'll walk
Might
up
as
to
well.
him with Terrence. And be like, my frog's name is Terrence. And hold him up. What's yours?
My frog's name
He-
is Terrence.
She's gonna like.
I'm not offering my name. I'm just offering Terrence.
He'll quirk an eyebrow and then he'll offer like very gently pet Terrence and be like, nice to meet ya, Terrence.
I'm gonna hold up
just give him a slight
Terrence's like hand so like he can shake it.
He'll grasp it very gingerly between his thumb and finger and give it like a shake and just like, sort of just like, not he doesn't think ill of you, but he's just like, this is kind of weird. There's sort of just like he's almost like sort of uncomfortable. He's sort of uncomfortable because he's not used to this sort of like weird interaction.
Good. So what's your name?
He's like, name's Sino.
Sino?
Yeah.
Cool.
You said you had some questions to ask, or is that the only question you need to ask, or can I go back to my nap?
Cool. Is that Nordic or something?
Do you not have anywhere more comfortable to nap? I feel like kicked up on a desk can't be the most comfortable.
I found it plenty comfortable,
Can I
personally. I think you're lacking a bit in the height department for that, so for your own safety, I'm gonna respectfully decline.
I'm gonna look up at Pal. Really sad.
What do you want him to do? Make you taller? Like what do you want him to? What do you want him to do?
I can try anyway.
What?
Is there a way I could like Noda could step on my hands and I could lift her up there?
That's not the problem. She wants to kick back.
She doesn't have
She
long
wants to
enough
kick back
legs
in a
to, like,
chair.
move.
She doesn't have long
I
enough
see.
legs.
I
That's
have
not
a
the problem.
solution.
That's
I
not the
cast
problem.
minor illusion to like
Again,
put a
Hewlett.
little box of where their legs are.
The Alvin
Illusion.
or something.
He is a
In my head, I just think sheriff. I'm like, that's not right.
he is a brass
Sure.
dragonborn with turquoise highlights in his
Brass dragonborn. Okay.
on
so
his skills.
cool.
Man of fact.
And he's got a wide brimmed hat and just like a very light shirt and vest combo going on with baggy pants. It's just sort of leaning against the wall, just sort of like waiting. He's just like, so you said you wanted to ask me some questions, or did you just want to see where the scene of the crime? I guess.
I mean, I asked all that I needed to.
Fantastic. He's gonna push off the wall and just say like, if you need anything else, you know where to find me. And he's just gonna just walk back to the front of the brewery to go take a nap.
To keep trying to make small talk with him. I'm trying to find a way to let me try his chair.
I grab my chain range.
I'm gonna try to
In
slip
the
out.
range, you know, life
Can I try
weaver.
to dodge his grab?
Make a contested athletics check, and then Noda,
Would
you
this
can make
be
an
a-
athletics or acrobatics check on your end.
I cut in at 20.
I had a 15.
So yeah, you see where this is going. You
Yeah,
just
you're
like
right. Let's go back downstairs.
you just reach over and grab Noda by the scruff of her neck and just pick her up. Noda, your feet just sort of like kick up like a cat does whenever they're grabbed like that, and just sort of just
All I need
like
is
instead of
and I'm naked. All I need is a table underneath these feet. I can do it.
Pal is like the apologetic parent that's just like trying not to cause a scene at the grocery store.
No, we were bonding.
No, you were not.
I was working him over.
He was escaping and you were pursuing.
No, it's all
He could be a suspect. Just saying.
sus.
That's true. He could be.
Subs?
Everyone in here could be a suspect.
He could be a suspect, but that
Including
doesn't
you
sound
guys, I guess.
We weren't
You're
here,
a
I know what you're
suspect.
talking-
You're a
Sus.
suspect too.
I used to be a suspect, not
Sus.
anymore. I did my
Huh?
time.
I did my time. Yeah, Penny. After a bit, Penny's just gonna come down.
Not the bad people that go to jail, Gris, only the
Yeah,
guilty.
if no one comes up to get Penny. After a little bit, Penny's gonna come down, kind of scratching her head, holding the binder out, and be like, "Oh,
That's a cool binder.
yeah, I found it upstairs. Where did the where'd
What
he
does
go?
that say? Electronic arts?
No, it's-
EA. Sports. It's in the game.
no, it's I think this belonged to Urgel, the previous speaker. Did the Dragonborn guy walk away? No, he's just kind of
He
looking around.
has a name. It's Sino.
Oh, I never caught it when we caught in. Did you
It's because nobody asked.
did you guys get any information
Well,
from him?
somebody wouldn't let me keep talking to him.
You weren't trying
Oh.
to talk to him, you were trying to take his chair.
He asked like 3 times if you guys had any questions, and then he left.
Oh, that's okay.
I don't want to hear it.
Well, we can maybe talk to him later. I do want to talk to some of the people here to see what they know.
You
About
say
what
some of the
happened.
people. There's only one other person visible so far.
Listen, I'm hoping that they have more employees and that they're just not here. This is a 3-person operation. Jesus Christ.
It's not, but you see only one person here currently because they're not doing any work.
Okay. So yeah, Penny's just gonna kind of hold up the binder and say, "Well, this seems to belong to Mr. Elderkind. It was like a list of like the shipments, and where they're from and where they're going. And most of them is just kind of an inconsequential switch stuff. You know, some like, alcohol, some like foodstuffs, just random materials.
Yeah.
But the one that stood out to me was this one here, and she's gonna open up and point at the one that you feel that- You didn't. I didn't open it yet, Nona.
Oh, sorry.
Noda can't read. She just wants to feel involved.
I was just trying to support Penny. 'Cause she's like, this one's the one that stood out to me. So she's like, yeah, I'll hype her up.
This.
Yeah.
Penny jumps a bit when you gasp that much.
I'm waiting for you to point to it again.
Sam's
and
just
she's
gonna do like a very well
Very politely
coordinated,
waiting to him.
a very good jump, like a very like good form, you know.
Yeah, like a high
sprint.
jump. You crouch
Yeah, like a
low
high
and then
jump, you know?
yeah.
Like you can really tell like he's been putting in like the weights. He got his quads all in there, like robo quads.
Yeah, she's gonna point at it and be like, "It's from feel that."
And then I give like Penny a small thumbs up.
Penny just kind of smiles like painfully. That kind of like smile.
Every single time like Noda's gasped, the pacing half elf has like stopped to look at her. Like something terrible happened, and then like notices nothing wrong, and then goes back to pacing. And then she gasped again, and he stopped immediately, looked, saw what's going, and went back to pacing.
But and she's gonna say, and it's for a pretty sizable amount of Olmeron. It didn't say, you know, who was the intended recipient or where it was going next. It seems like they were just kind of, it was just passing through here and it was being held for a couple days. I don't know if this was supposed to go to... My initial thought was that this may have been going to Meridus, but he really didn't need any more Olmeron than he had. He had pretty much everything he needed, exceptionally. He just needed other resources that weren't Olmeron. Or more info.
He needed skill, basically.
Yeah. He had a skill issue, and that's why he died.
Skill issue.
Skill issue.
Don't tell Sonic.
So, I don't know who else would be getting this much Olmeron. Gris, do you know? I guess this is kind of a long shot, but do you know anybody who would use that around here? I don't know exactly where you know a lot of people around here, but...
Is that something I would possibly know?
Make a history check.
History. I finally get to use my new dice. I think I've gotten 2 new sets of dice since we last played.
Let's go.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, yeah, because the one I ordered from Dispel and then the other one that I ordered in March finally came.
Sure.
Anyway.
Doesn't have a
history?
problem. Yes.
His
Oh, great.
story.
Yeah,
What about
minus
her
1
story,
on
huh?
that. 6.
6. You kind of try. He's like, I don't know, like who could need all that Olmeron, and you're not even like entirely sure what Olmeron. Like it kind of like blanked on your mind. Blanked. Just like, what was Olmeron again? I don't know. Who would need that much stuff of it, anyways?
Can I look over at the? What's like a? Would you say it was like a half elf guy just pacing?
Yeah, he's pacing and just sort of like seems to be thinking. And the 2 times you gasp, like he just sort of like. He like stopped to see like what was wrong for a moment, and then noticed it wasn't wrong, and just like it's just kids' antics. So I just went back to thinking.
Right. So I'm sort of just gonna pop up, like, cause he wasn't paying attention. So I just suddenly appear in front of him because I'm so short. I'm like, do you know anything about Olmeron?
He's just gonna like just
You work
expert
here?
like without even like sort of like stopping his stride. He's just gonna swerve around you and be like, not really, no. Head still sort of like down as he's pacing
You
back
don't
and
really
forth
work
still.
here. Or you don't really know anything about Olmeron.
Not
like,
know anything about Olmeron. I
Trying
do
to keep up with him.
I do work here, or I did when we did do work here. Not currently doing any work here because we're not doing any work here.
So what are you doing now?
I'm doing a lot of work. I'm doing a lot of work here, and he taps the side of his head, and then just
Where's
keeps
that?
pacing.
But you just said you weren't doing any work here.
I'm not doing any work here. I'm doing work here, and he taps the side of his head again and
Why are
continues
you-
pacing.
Saying this, you're saying the same thing. What do you?
It's a nuanced
So what did you
thing.
do before?
I simply did what I was told to do, and I did
What
it
were you told to do?
quite well.
Why?
He gestures to the containers on either side of him. I was told to do this, and so I did it. I did it alongside others, and I was doing it for quite some time until we stopped doing it altogether.
Why?
Your mom.
he just sort of shrugs. Matt.
Sorry, I was holding it in.
That felt involuntary.
Yeah, that felt like a reflex for sure.
You said do too many times in too many sentences.
Doing your mom, doing your mom. Anyways, he'll just shrug and just go like, I don't know. I'm pretty sure the owner died, and so they're like establishing a new one. I could have sworn it would just go to Mr. Murmur, but he just shrugs and continues pacing.
I follow up. Why? She's just doing that thing that kids do, where they just keep asking why.
He just keeps going. He's like, well, Mr. Plash Murmur, his full name, by the way, if you haven't met him, he's a bit gruff, but he did.
We're best friends.
Oh, he's like, oh.
He really likes me. I can tell. He hasn't said it out loud, but I can tell.
He's like, well, anyways, he did a lot of the work, a lot of the on-scene work for there. He was basically in charge of all the deliveries, a lot of the imports, exports, but he also was in charge of a lot of like the hiring and like training of new workers here. Old Speaker just kind of did all the books and stuff. I don't know. He was the numbers guy.
Oh.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. Maybe he was old and his back was bad.
Oh, I get that. Definitely doesn't. Had someone standing on her back 20 minutes ago. Well, that's neat. What's your name?
My name's Al.
Al?
Yeah.
This is Terrence. Nice to meet you. I'm holding up Terrence again with this little frog hand. This is Terrence.
He'll give you a nod, but then continue pacing. He's like, "It's nice to meet you, Terrence," and then he'll go back to pacing. Just thinking.
I'm gonna walk back over to him. That's Al.
Oh.
He used to do work here, but now he does work here.
Oh, so he still does work here.
But he doesn't do work here, but he does work here. But I'm not like making any hand gestures or anything.
Yeah.
He's counting on our
Oh.
fingers, trying to figure something out.
I get it. I get it now.
So I mean, it looks like they're closed, but he's doing something here?
Oh, he's
not.
See, he's doing work, but he's not doing work here, but he's doing work here. You know?
You did no hand gesture with that, correct?
I wasn't paying attention.
Okay.
Maybe I think he did this, and I'm pointing, but like I have my thumb sticking up too, so it looks like I'm making a gun with my hand. I think he did this. I think he pointed at his head.
He was a mercenary.
He's doing work here? Question mark?
I'm curious what kind of work you can actually do here. Doesn't seem like they have anything running. It doesn't seem like anyone's been in here at least for a bit.
Yeah, he said not since the speaker died.
Oh,
But before that, but
been
he's
fully halted since the speaker died.
he's a numbers guy, and Mr. Murmur, my best friend, he did a lot of the hiring and
He did a lot of the practical work. He was
practical work.
he was the boots on the ground. He was the one in charge of stuff that happened boots on the ground.
What they call boots on the ground.
Sure,
I think,
whatever.
Is what they say.
This is getting
Yeah,
worse.
whatever.
This game of
did have-
telephone is.
He did have his boots on the ground when I saw him. So
Yeah.
I guess that makes sense.
He didn't actually though. He had his feet dangling in a pool.
Yeah, but his boots were probably on the side, touching the ground.
They weren't. They were
Checkmate.
tied up by their string, hung up in his room. Fuck you.
Why are the shoes in his room? He has to walk through the whole fucking bar. to
He
get
has a pair of
Bottom
slippers.
jeans, boots with the fur.
He has a pair of flip-flop slippers. Okay.
It's a horrible way to store your boots. Absolutely
So you were
apprehensible.
Absolutely terrible.
I'm convinced he did it now.
He did it just like that.
Yeah,
Only
no one
villains do
stores-
that.
Only villains do that.
Only villains do that.
He's the one who did it.
But
Check and mate.
Do
maybe We
what?
should have a talk again with
It.
Yes.
We should have a talk again with Sino, and maybe with Al. I want to hear what they know about this. It might help shed
Okay.
some light on what
And
I
I
know.
immediately start walking towards Sino.
I'll follow behind.
As you climb, you have to climb a set of stairs before you get back to like the entrance room that Sino resides in. And as you do so, like you begin to hear the beginnings of some light snoring as you approach the door.
Or actually, we probably should have ransacked the office. Huh. No. Penny's just gonna. I'm committed to talking to them. 'Cause that's what
Alright.
Penny is focused on right now.
All right, sure.
I don't even notice I was about to start. Sino!
He jumps up a little bit, but he's able to catch himself, so he does that thing where like the chair's just sort of suspended on its hind legs real quick for a short bit before he's able to lean forward and set it back down. He's like,
Penny, I guess.
he's like, wonderful pleasure. Did you have some more questions? I guess.
Do you work
or did
here?
you? Yeah, I mean, well, yeah, usually.
What do you
We're like I
do?
said, we're currently closed.
What did
I
you
was.
do?
I helped basically direct incoming and outgoing shipments from time to time. I also mostly that.
Whoa, you sound super important.
Not really. I pick things up and I put them down.
Hey, me too. Like this, I'll pick Penny up and put her back down.
Oh god. Okay.
Yeah,
Maybe don't
just
do that.
like
Let me know
he'll
before you-
nod.
Whoa,
He'll
we're
nod and
really
be like just
similar,
like
you
that.
and I, Sino. We're like the same person.
Sure are. And he just seems to be just like sort of like holding his hand with his palm facing him, looking at like his draconic claws, basically. Thumb running along like his scaled fingers.
What did Al do? He just said that he did what he had to do, but
Oh, Al,
he
yeah,
doesn't
he's
work here, but he works here. and
no,
I do like the finger gun thing again.
he's a bit like, okay, well, don't do that first. And
That's what he did.
I'm sure it is. He is doing it wrong. He's weird.
Oh, yeah, I got that too.
Yeah, he was mostly helping on the work floor with like the whole brewing thing. He's pretty good at it too. He handled most of the stuff, like adding stuff to containers, whatever spices or ingredients we need, just sort of that stuff.
That's neat.
Yeah, he's pretty good. Is there any other question you need to ask me, or is that it?
Sorry, I have a couple for you.
Are you satisfied
Sure.
with where you are in life right now?
Where do you see yourself in 10 years?
What's your 5-year plan?
Have you started a 401k?
401k.
But Penny's just kind of step forward a bit and say like, oh, sorry, yeah, I had one. I didn't want to interrupt the conversation.
Sure.
When we were talking with Mr. Murmur, they said that the body was here for a couple of days. Did everyone know about it and just not clean it up? Or what happened?
Yeah, see, when you work in this industry, a lot of people just kind of like will partake in our product, if you get what I mean. And it isn't the first time he was passed out on the stairs, I guess you should say. And then little did we know, once we saw like some blood dripping down underneath the stairs, they were like,
That's not juice.
that we thought, well,
Juice.
you know, yeah,
It's not fun.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, Plash gave us quite the earful after that.
Yeah, he seems like the kind who would.
Hey, he's not too bad though. A little rough, but
And
He'd make a great speaker, though, right?
I mean, he'd be miserable doing it, but he'd make it all right one, I guess. He's not a big fan of yeah, he's not a big fan of like bureaucracy, I guess is the way to put it.
Did
Uh,
you like the previous speaker, Mr. Alderkind?
he is all right. He couldn't hold his liquor worth shit, but
Haha, I know, right? Lightweight.
I hope you don't. He like looks down at you. It's like tilts his hat up a little bit to give you like a squinted eye look.
Just beaming up at him.
Like he's looking at you for a second.
I'm trying so hard to just fit. I'm just like, I just want him to like me.
He's looking for a second, and then like you see like the thought occur to him, like, oh, this kid has no idea what they're talking about, and then like tilts his hat back down.
When the body was found, Flash was the one to find it, right?
Well, Flash was the one that determined that he was dead.
Yeah, 'cause, like, Flash was like the one to actually go over and be like,
yeah,
confirm. Okay.
Yeah,
And
basically.
He was out of town before that, which is why it didn't get confirmed until he got back.
Yeah. Granted, like now that looking back on it, I was feeling just kind of lazy. I had already cleaned up someone else's like alcohol vomit written body. I wasn't in the mood to do another one. So, but you know,
that's
after
fair.
him being there for like on the stairs for like a couple of days, probably should have taken a poke at
And
that.
how long would a couple be?
Usually 2. He shrugs.
Well, yeah, but like since in some areas of the world, a couple can be more.
I think a couple
Kind
is
of
generally just 2.
what kind of
I mean,
parts of the world to go?
When you're using like the halfling language, when you do like a couple, it means like a lot. Like
Really?
7.
Yeah, sometimes
Yeah.
people give you shit for not knowing that your entire life. And then you're like, how was I
Hold on a
supposed to know?
second.
Add that to the notes.
No, hold on a second. Okay, he immediately smells bullshit. And now he's giving you the look of like, okay, another kid that's just making shit up, basically, no idea what they're talking about.
But anyways, that's besides the point. When Flash found the body, what did he do with it?
I mean, before turning around and telling everyone to stop for a second so I could scream at us all for like a good hour or so.
After you got your ears screamed off, what did he do with the body?
He had some of us like help put him like in a barrel and then dig a hole out back and then put the barrel in there.
Is there a reason he was buried out back? Do you guys not have like a?
I mean, he was moderately fond of like the whole brewery thing, and he got like a lot of us into the business. So we're like, yeah, sure, why not? Scribe a name on there, call it good.
And you know, as a third party, what would you say? I just gotta think for a second how to word this without like.
Does he have any enemies?
Yeah, I
Is-
guess that's
Hate
kind of
him?
the question.
What's his
I mean-
I guess I could just ask you straight up. Do you have anyone in mind who could have done this?
He'll sort of think a bit. Is like, well, the current. I mean, the gossip that seems to be going around is that it was goblins. Can't say anyone else that'd be pissed about him. They've always been trying to get like. They've always been trying to get at the our casks, and he's actually like fought off like a couple once or twice. Sometimes we have to do that in our storage facilities or in our transports. Gotta like fend off some goblins. They're after usually our alcohol. Beyond that, I guess like any drunk that couldn't get their fill, I guess, would be not a fan of him.
Okay. Well, I don't think we need to take up any more of your time. But
He kind of just like gestures to like the work floor that you can see from here. That's like clearly like empty mostly. He's just like, you're not really taking up much.
Well, right, I guess. Yeah. Thank you, anyways. And she's just kind of gonna do a little awkward little bow, and then be like, we should probably go talk.
He'll tip his hat and then recline back in his chair.
We should probably go talk to Owl.
Okay, I'm sprinting back down the
Wait,
stairs.
no.
There's a slight
Penny's
chuckle
gonna turn
from
to,
Sino as he like sits back.
Penny's gonna turn to Sam and be like, "Can you go with her? I feel like
Ow! Hey, ow! 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 Ow!
I don't know if I'm gonna be able
Hey!
to smooth her over as good as you might be able to." And she's just looking at Sam like a little pleadingly.
What does Sam do?
Sam?
I don't know. He's pondering.
He needs a reboot.
He's still
He's
thinking about
He's
it.
gonna slap him in the back. I think something got loose. Hold on.
You hear the Windows 7 like dum sound.
Do.
Oh, I think something crashed.
Got blue screen.
Sam
Plate breaking noise. Sam, you there? She's waving her hand in front of his face.
Yes. West.
All right.
Chris, could you
Sam,
go with Noda?
make
right
a
up the stairs.
Sam make a quick intelligence saving throw for me.
Sure. Hold on. Get my dice.
The dice.
The dice. Oh,
I,
four. I don't suppose a 5 will cut it.
Oh no.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
All right. Through your need of reboot, you take 4 psychic damage.
Ooh,
I am down.
he's pondering too hard.
He's pondering hard.
Yeah, I run up, probably more dramatic than I need to, after where Noda went.
Yeah, I run into
full
you
arm
on the
motion.
stairs.
Yeah.
Like we fully collide on the stairs because I'm running full speed back up. Hey guys, I forgot what I was supposed to.
I imagine
Oh, hi,
we both
Chris.
kind of not crack our heads at each other, but like
No, like
hit our
fully
heads and
bash our
fall
skulls.
backwards.
Yeah.
Hey Noda, what's up? I just running after you.
Yeah. Oh, okay, cool. I forgot what I was supposed to ask.
Oh, good, because I don't know either.
Oh, okay. Let's go. We both go back downstairs.
So he's just gonna be like, Gris will know what to do.
Gris is an adult. She'll know what to do.
And then she's gonna kind of continue to like wave her hand in front of Sam, and worried for her friend is going to be like, how does he normally do this?
No.
And then if you want, and that's what we will be doing if you want to hop over to the other scene.
Start
All
casting
right.
mending on Sam in the meantime.
Okay.
I am
Um,
trying to move the map so I can look at.
Right
okay,
click. Right click.
I've done, oh,
Right
okay,
click
there
the
it is.
map.
I kind of forgot my trackpad had a right click function.
Yeah.
I
Sometimes
was
we do
trying
like
to
that.
double click that. Why am I at a 45-degree angle?
I don't know.
I feel like you
How
put
am I
yourself
doing?
there.
Wait, what the fuck? Wait a minute. Wait, what the fuck? What is this?
Are you good?
I'm trying to fix this.
You
No.
had it like 3 times.
Wait, okay. No.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah, there. Oh,
no.
No.
do you want me to
Okay,
fix it? Ty, do you want me to fix
Please.
it?
please.
Alright. There you go.
Thank you.
Alright. Well, this is happening. Sam is just like, I guess, twitching on the ground right now. Gris and Noda run down the stairs. Dog noises in the distance.
Yeah.
That's what you guys hear.
you
from
want to hear him
upstairs.
twice? I got you.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, hold on.
The reverb.
Got it in stereo, baby. What is Gris and Noda doing now that you guys have met
Well,
up?
I'm running
Agreed
to
that
get
not
Al's attention.
agreed
Okay,
that
we're
neither
going
of you
to
know anything, but then continue to go down to Al.
We're like, we'll figure it out on the way.
Al is pacing once again, looking contemplative. Yeah, you catch his attention. He'll immediately like look up and give you like a nod of greeting, and then go back to pacing.
Sweet. Ow, hey, we have something to
hey.
ask you. Hey.
Yeah, there
He'll, like,
definitely is something we need to ask you.
Look over.
Yeah,
He'll look over his shoulder and go, "Yes."
My lovely companion Gris will be the one asking you. And then-
Like Al will like twerk an eyebrow at your introduction of Gris and be like, "All right, what do you need?"
Go for it, Gris.
Yeah, we wanted to ask you if you know what we're supposed to be asking.
What she said.
He'll all right. Hold on a second. Let me do
Why
like a
would we
quick
be
intelligence check
Why are
for
we
it,
here?
Al.
If you could-
Let me do a quick intelligence check. Okay. He's gonna look and be like, he's like, that is an important question. One must consider what the purpose is. Like, what am I doing here? Am I needed here, or could somebody easily replace me? If my actions and efforts are easily replaceable, then do they have any worth in the first place? Huh.
They do, and you
and then
should
go
be
back
paid more.
and then he's gonna go back to pacing.
Did I answer our question?
No, I don't think he did.
I'm afraid I can't answer that question very easily. It only creates more questions. Thank you for the inquiry, though. And I'll go back to pacing.
Oh yeah, of course. Okay, well I think that's.
Smart.
Well,
Let's
we did ask.
go.
We've solved that problem.
Yeah, we did all we could do. And I guess we'll just go back.
Yeah.
All right.
Do you want to
Full
race
speed.
back to the rest of the group?
Yeah, ready, set, go!
Are you guys running up the stairs like on all fours, where like you pull yourself up the stairs on your hands?
And then
We're running as fast as we can.
when
All
we're
right.
like not on flat stairs, I imagine I'm running the same way Octane does, like just perfect form, full arms, maybe you lean forward.
A little extra
All right.
pep in your
Little
step.
bit
Both
back, knees
both
high.
of you make a competing dexterity check to see who gets there first.
I got a 16 or 17.
You have a +6 to yours, Maddie.
Oh shit!
Got a
Rogue.
16.
Let me check who has the higher score.
I got a 17.
You both have the same score. I'll roll again.
Melissa got a 17.
I got a 17.
Oh, you got a 17? Oh, well then,
Yeah.
Nona gets there first.
Yeah.
Just barely. I'm like right behind.
Yeah.
Do you want to race? We're at the top of the stairs. Everyone
yeah.
sees us.
No,
you want to race again?
Yeah,
Wait.
I like.
Wait, what about you're racing?
Okay, ready, set. Oh yeah, no, he said that it just led to more questions. Go.
All right. New dexterity checks from both of you.
I got a 9.
I got a 10.
Yo, Gris pulls out a win. Let's go.
I like go down 2 stairs instead of 1 for
Yeah.
the entire stairs.
That was a good
game,
race.
Noah. Good game.
I don't know.
Should we go back to the
Good
group
game.
now?
Are they gonna come back up?
Hold on, let me catch my breath.
Okay.
Okay,
And he's gonna point through the floor.
ready?
It'll probably get blocked.
Are
Go.
we racing? Go.
All right, dexterity check from both of you.
Ooh, I got a 21.
Ooh, I got a 23.
No.
Yo, Gris pulls it in first. Best 2 out of 3 goes the Gris.
Amazing.
I do
Hands
fist
on my
in the
knees.
air, then a weird dance. It's not a dance.
I'm like keeled over, but I hold out a hand to shake. Like, that's good race.
I hold out a hand to shake also, but
Yeah.
I actually do the wrong hand first.
I still grab your hand and shake it.
Grab the back
Uh.
of it.
Good race.
All right.
I may be stronger, but you're definitely faster.
Penny's just gonna look at them. So like, well, did you find out anything?
Yeah, he just said basically that we made things more confusing, right, Noda?
Yeah, something like that. And then he said something that sounded smart, and then more questions. And
It didn't. Yeah,
What-
it didn't
what
really
did you
sound like
ask
a
him?
note.
we asked him if he knew what we were supposed to ask him. I think, right?
Yeah, and like, why are we here?
Mm-hmm.
Penny's just gonna kind of look at them. There's no,
Yeah, I mean,
there's no
we didn't-
expression. She's just looking.
We couldn't remember what you guys wanted us to ask her. Nobody else came down to, so it just.
There's just like a silent blink, just blink for a moment. Then
So you asked. No, that's fine. That's fine.
He seems really appreciative of the food for thought. I think though, so.
Yeah. If you ever have anything you want to ask, we could go give him more food for his brain.
He sounds insufferable to talk to.
He's all right. That's a really rude thing to say about somebody you've never spoken to, Penny.
I'm feeling rude today.
Why?
I don't know.
Why?
feeling evil.
The person controlling her actions had a bad day at work.
Basically, I'm feeling evil.
Yo,
okay.
villain arc, let's go! Let's go!
Well, I know not to cross you. Slap you on the back.
They're just gonna look at you.
Awesome. Okay, what's next, gang?
Well, I do want to try and follow up. I guess I could ask Sino this. He seems to be he was the one said he was in the charge of, physically moving a lot of the product and stuff that comes through here. Maybe he knows where the damn, I forgot what it is. For half a
He'll
second.
speak up
Oberon.
since you're having this conversation right next to him. He'll be like, I was only in charge of picking up and putting down boxes that came to this building specifically.
Oh, do you know who would have been in charge of this? And she's gonna point out the ledger. By the way, we're gonna be borrowing this for a little bit. I think it belonged to Urgalor. We'll give it back when we're done.
He's like, I mean, you should probably give it to like whoever is the new speaker after everything's said and done.
Oh, well, that's the kind of the problem is that's what we're helping figure out. Do you know Quillpop? He kind of showed up in the town recently. Quillpip?
Yeah, I don't know Quopop, but Quopip's that
It's his cousin.
that guy that's
you
been
know
going
his
on
cousin.
claiming that he knew Urgalor. I'm pretty sure. He scratches
ever heard-
his face. It's just like,
Have you ever seen him around here before?
I mean, I haven't
There's
seen
some
him, but
wild claims.
according to him, he was friends with Urgalor way back then, and they kept in contact through letters.
Oh, but he never visited. Do you think they were lovers?
What the fuck is
He'll shrug and say, he'll shrug and say, oh, a long distance relationship. Yeah, I don't know. That seems kind of tough in these conditions.
Oh my
Yeah,
God,
you're
we're
probably
roommates.
right.
But that just makes
Probably.
their love all the more strong.
You're right,
So
Penny.
romantic.
We gotta go interrogate Quopip about their relationship again.
Well, maybe he had some of the letters in his office.
Oh yeah, let's go.
Do you mind if we look around in there?
I mean,
Looking at Sino.
he'll kind of sort of like shrug. He's like, I personally don't have any like problems with it, but I would
Nice.
remark that it is
That's all
kind
we
of
needed to hear.
unethical to like look for someone's personal love letters.
Nothing's unethical when you're investigating a murder.
True. Good point, pal.
He'll just sort of shrug and be like, all right, I don't see it, and he's gonna tilt his hat back down.
My bad. That
So
I
cool. He's so cool. But yeah, then I'm gonna, with this newfound revelation that they kept in contact through written correspondence, and he's gonna go back up to the office and look for letters.
I want to look for letters too.
I want to just
All right.
look through his stuff.
Okay. All right. I will allow the people looking for letters. You can make investigation check. Both of you can make one individually, or one of you can assist the other. For people just looking for stuff in general, you can make your own set of investigation checks individually, or one of you can assist the other.
You want to assist? You want individuals, Blake?
I will definitely assist you. Can I also give him guidance?
You may. Yes.
Can I do that?
Mhm.
That is a 21 plus guidance, which makes it a
19.
24. Yeah, I'll just put it in here because I was gonna get a lot of numbers set at you real quick.
Sure.
Are you also just poking around, Chris?
Yeah.
How good's your
You know, that's
investigation?
fine. I have +2.
I have +1. I'll help you.
Okay.
I was like sniffing around.
Smell anything good?
Got any
Alright.
snacks?
First one is. Oh, okay. I got a 19. Just...
Okay. With a 19. Grace, you're able to actually find some snacks sort of hidden throughout the room. Feel free to add one ration to your inventory if you're willing to take it.
Sure.
Hell yeah.
All right.
It's free food.
No hesitation.
There's a bunch of dried fruits, nuts, and like dried meats.
There's just some Slim Jims.
Yeah, that's
Even if
basically
it's
just.
bad, I'm sure I've eaten worse.
This is name
Um,
brand. This is a.
How about that?
Name brand ration.
Yeah.
Hey,
Uh,
yo.
Penny, as you sift through like the paperwork that's located on his desk. By the way, this office space I should probably describe. You walk through the door. Door's unlocked. It's not the most extravagant one. There's lots of like shelves with like similar binders, only like they were pulled out of the sort of like cover that the current one that you're holding is in. So they're just like very like blank books that have like vague scratching on it marking like the month and the year. And there's just a lot of those books. There's a few there's a little bit of paperwork skewed about. But there's also looks like there was some sort of effort to sort of tidy it and just sort of like get all the paper in order into like individual stacks and sort of organize the desk a little bit. But yeah, with your investigation check, you're able to sort of like sift through some of the papers, and you do not find any love letters, unfortunately. You do
any
find
correspondence at all?
You do find some correspondence, but it's between him and Dylan Whisper.
Guy from Lucky Fortune.
Curiouser yet curiouser.
If you recall, he mentioned that he's actually has a close relationship with Urgalor. And the letters that you have aren't very like specific. You see like the sort of tone with it's almost like poking fun at how vague they're both intentionally trying to keep it, basically, in case like somebody were to
They're just fucking with us.
they're just sort of like
if I got murdered and someone tried to find it, but we just never gave each other our names.
no,
Right? Signed as anonymous.
they're very vague. There's a lot of like playful like coded language where it's just
Maybe they were
like
lovers.
but you do get the tone that they were in fact not lovers. It was more so like a parent checking in with a child sort of deal.
How could this be?
Who is the parent? Who is the child?
Urgalor. Dylan is like a young adult, like barely 18.
That's what I figured, but I was hoping it'd be the other way around because that'd be really funny.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, Penny's just gonna kind of sift through the letters and just kind of like read a couple.
Yeah.
realize
Beyond
it's
that,
nothing-
there's like some from the major cities that aren't specific. Some of them seem to be like from like vaguely like don't have like this like aren't like addressed from the speakers, but they have the stamp of like from Delphine, from Margarine sort of deal. And they just seem to be like, no, like, hey, you should be getting a shipment this time. Please reroute it to here, or there will be someone to pick it up at this date. Be sure
can I
to
look
confirm
for-
with them and send it on their way.
Can I look for any letters from Fielet?
Yeah, with your investigation check, you're not able to find any from Fielet.
Yeah, Penny's just gonna scratch your head and she's like, I can't. There's nothing here from Quopip. Like, it's not just me. This all adds up and puts him in really bad light, right? She's looking at everyone else.
Mm.
It's not a good look.
But like, I feel like we don't have a reason though. Like normally when you, I don't know, I've never done it. When you kill someone.
That's what a murderer would say. That's what a murderer would say.
I have
Hold
no
on a minute.
experience in the field, but I've talked to a lot of people who have been.
If I was a murderer, I would have done it much better, you know.
And usually, usually when you ask them and they'll be like, "Oh, right, yeah, because I think it was this," and they usually have sometimes a reason that they might have been murdered. But I can't find anything other than I know he does some things with magic, but I mean, this much Omeron, and it's not signed. I can't find any correspondence about it.
Can I
So I
state
don't know how
something?
we- What's up?
In the modern day AU, Penny would absolutely listen to True Crime podcasts.
Oh, 100%.
Mhm.
100%. Penny would be like fucking just chilling, reading a book, and meanwhile listening to it's like, and then they found his body 7 miles away from his head.
And then she would pause it for a moment and be like, oh my gosh, they clearly missed that detail right there. How could they not see that?
Penny would have been taking notes alongside while writing. Like,
Oh my god, she would be
She would
writing
have
into
so
those
many notebooks
podcasts
of
and
just,
being like, I think I
notes.
know what happened here.
She listened to the podcast and then she would go do more research on it and then write to the podcast hero, be like, actually, this is what I found.
Oh my god, she would.
And I love her so much for it.
But yeah, Penny's just gonna be like, well, I mean, we could always go ask Quopip about it, but I don't think he would. Also, there was something that bothered me. When we went to his room, I
He
messaged.
wouldn't let us in.
Well, that, but also when I messaged him, and then the door opened, and he was there, but like, did you guys hear anything? I wasn't really listening, but
I also wasn't listening. I don't think I heard it.
respond to me either.
Well,
Message.
when I tried to listen through the door, somebody pulled me away. So,
He stepped away for a sec, but yes.
yeah.
He would give you a side eye. I'm going to say that.
Bombastic side eye.
Bombastic. Mr. Bombastic. Yeah, and Paige would be like, so maybe we should, I don't know, check inside his room? I doubt he would let us in, though.
I can be the. We could play good cop, bad cop. I could be the bad cop.
Well, I was thinking, maybe we don't even need to talk to him to get into his room.
Oh, we
Please
just
note
break
that
and enter?
cops do not exist in this
Ooh.
setting.
I can.
Love me some break and enter.
Bad sheriff? What's the law enforcement situation
But
here?
it would either be like
And-
Royal Guards or like
And
I can-
Tenon,
mercenary
You
groups
can
that are
play
hired.
good royal guard, bad royal guard.
you can just say good guard, bad guard.
I guess it would
But
depend
I
on
wanna
the
be a
place you're
Royal
from,
Guard.
because like
Yeah, I was going to say the security situation in Tenon is that there isn't really any. Like
you
every
figure
town,
out, you
or
figure it out on a city by city basis, and you
Yeah,
hope
every-
you got it figured out right.
every city technically has like some sort of militant force, but there's no like standard like
Yeah, we
cops
could
or
play
A lot
good
of
militant
guards.
a lot of
force,
small
bad
militias.
militant force.
Yeah.
I call dibs on bad.
But Penny was gonna be like,
It's
well,
sounding more like Civ.
well, Chris, you're kind of sneaky, right? Could you?
Yeah, you can say that.
Yeah, I've been called that.
Yeah, at a time.
Would you?
I'm a bit of a sneaky person myself.
I don't want to ask you. I don't want to ask you to do something you don't feel comfortable with, but
Oh, don't worry about that.
what does she mean by this?
Don't
No.
worry. Just stop
Use
panicking.
Penny's
use
gonna
my
like.
thieves' tools. to
Stay
my inventory.
calm. Stay calm.
Penny's
Stay
gonna
calm.
be like, and then if you wanted to, I could have Bert go with you, and then I could, you know, we can just squirrel him into your hood or something like that,
Hmm.
and I can see through him, so that way we can both be there and seeing. And that way I can kind of communicate to you a little bit. You can communicate to me because I can hear you through him.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I could
Would
see
that
that
be
happening.
something you want? Because I feel like if we tried to go through Quopip based on what I know, or at least what we suspect, we might get walled out, and we might. I don't want to resort to violence. At least now, until we know.
Yeah, that
Once
can
we know
always
he's a
come
murderer,
later.
we can kill him.
So
Yeah.
it'll just be me and Bert, or me and Noda and Bert, or me and.
Well,
I can send Terrence's spirit in.
Well, you can.
Hmm.
Oh, well, you can only. Right, you can only turn big. You can't turn small. Looking at Noah.
Well, I can. Terrence can go in and just astral project his body. If I squeeze him a little bit, his spirit, I can squeeze his spirit out a little bit. And
I
can
like
go
to
in
imagine
with
it's like one of those stress toys, but you squeeze it too much that the eye pops out, but
Yeah.
it's just the whole frog falling out of the eye hole.
Yeah, something like that.
And Penny would be like, okay, well, that sounds like a plan.
Right.
Maybe Pal and Sam could keep him occupied while you guys are in there.
I did have to go move something. Who am I keeping occupied?
Quopip.
Penny posited the fact that Gris might be able to break into Quopip's room,
Okay,
just
yeah, I
to
got back
avoid.
and I heard you could be sneaky if you want to. I'm like, okay.
Yeah. Basically,
You can leave
Penny's
your
thought
friends
process that
behind.
She was, kind of,
Does
she
your
was thinking.
friends
She was thinking
dance?
out
If
loud,
they don't dance, then they're no
Um,
friends of mine.
and she was like,
Are
"Well,
we having this conversation in front of Sino's
we're
desk?
in the
still?
office." With
You
the
are.
office
Oh,
upstairs.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah, because we were. Because Penny
That'd be
started this
really
conversation
funny.
after putting down the letters
Gotcha.
and like kind of just looking up from them and being like, "Well, I can't find anything of Colpip here." Basically, she said, "I can't find anything Colpip. He seems super suspicious. We could look through his room, but based on previous conversations, he seems super protective of what's in there. He wouldn't let us. He wouldn't even let us see inside. Like he wouldn't even. Like he stood at the door with it cracked, like he was hiding something. So maybe Gris could
Maybe
break
he's
in.
naked.
Gris can break in. No, I would give Gris Bert, and Noda would give Terrence.
Or I could go in. I guess
Or you could go in with
Super
her.
You
sneaky.
could always just come in with me.
with my +3 stealth. I'm so sneaky.
And that you and
So-
Sam could run interference and just kind of keep him occupied.
Okay, we're
can
keeping close
interfere
to the
people.
Got it.
Is he a humanoid entity?
This is gonna be you, Sam.
I meant
I will assist you
more.
in any way I can.
Sam, I can see that glint in your eye. I meant more in a talking sort of way.
Hmm.
But that could be like a backup
But-
plan. If
But
things
don't
go
put that
south.
away just yet.
Is he?
I mean,
He is a human
Why would he
entity.
not be a humanoid
He-
entity? I know.
yeah, he's a gnome, right?
Yes, he is a gnome.
Gnomes are they fey or are they like?
They're humanoids.
Okay, yeah, it's okay. I just want to make sure, just for reasons.
I like the fact that we have never once tricked Ty into thinking something is what it isn't, but he always asks.
Just in case, like he's acting
He's,
like
he's
been
always
learned
got his hand on the
before,
gun.
but he hasn't.
He's like, I gotta know. One
Just-
move.
I just think it's a good idea to have all the options on the table. If anything were to happen,
But
hypothetically.
the idea would
Hypothetically.
be that we don't start any altercation. Okay?
Don't
I don't
worry,
want to
there
hurt
won't
anybody.
be one.
An altercation requires both.
Don't
parties to make a
start nothing, won't be nothing. That is Sam's motto.
Penny's gonna look up at Pal, turning from Sam. It's like, just, no one gets hurt. Okay?
move. We won't get hurt.
No one important will be hurt.
We won't get hurt.
No one will get hurt, Sam.
Yeah. we'll
Yes,
be all
no
good.
one worth protecting will be hurt.
And
We're on
Quilpip
the
is
same
worth
page.
protecting, right?
No innocent parties are going to be injured.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. I'm with Pal on this one.
Okay. I'll take it.
I'll take it.
We'll know if Quilpip is innocent after we kill him.
No,
Wait.
no, that. Hold on.
Okay,
no,
I know.
no,
we're not
no,
gonna
no.
do that.
This isn't TTT. You
Ah,
can't
but it's
just walk
just
up to the
like
body and
TTT.
be like, damn, he was innocent.
He was a.
Can I Magneto
He was the
stick an
detective,
exploding
why were you
barrel
doing-
next to Quilpip?
But we could probably, it'd probably be best to do this as soon as possible. Maybe we could do it tonight. I don't know when. I
Yeah.
don't know if he ever comes out of his room though.
What
You haven't
exactly
seen it?
should we be looking for when we go in there again?
That's a great question.
Flip
I was
his
literally
room
just
for
gonna start-
everything.
That's
Just
literally what I was gonna do. I was just gonna start flipping shit, and I was,
about
not
to
gonna be
say,
careful about
anything
it.
that might relate to this shipment of Olmeron,
Mhm.
or any correspondence to Orgolor, Elderkind,
Okay, so everything's fair game.
Older or older?
or anything suspicious.
Oh, okay.
That's all I needed to hear. Okay.
They're gonna come back with a fucking like bomb. And be like, this is suspicious.
Can we have your bag of holding while we go in there?
I'm gonna be like examining a pencil, trying to decide if it's a
I
I'm
would
gonna
wanna
try to
take-
be shoving a bed
Well-
into like the bag of holding.
Well, the bag of holding has got a lot of important stuff with it, so I kind of want to keep it out.
Okay, so just what we
safe.
can carry. Got it.
Could you just take the stuff out of the bag of holding and? we
Yeah,
can
sure.
go-
And she takes out the 150-pound device.
Oh yeah.
And, like, do you want to carry this, Gris?
I would
Whoa,
get
Penny is
stronger.
evil today.
I'm feeling rude.
50 pounds.
No, it's okay, Grace. I'm strong. We'll just take what we can
Okay.
carry.
Okay, gotcha.
please note, Gris, that Noda has the same strength score as you.
And if things go bad, just try to get out and get back to us, okay?
Any means possible,
My
right?
strength-
That's
Any,
not what I said.
no matter what
We're
it
all on the
takes.
same page, Penny.
I
It's all good.
understand.
everybody here is saying the same thing.
Right. Only the innocent survive.
He isn't realizing she's in a group of murderers.
Anything goes, right? Yeah. We're on the same page.
Okay, let me rephrase. Get yourself out safe.
No matter what it takes.
That's you're adding words into my mouth, and I don't like it, Noda.
Well, no, I'm just emphasizing what you're saying. Pal gets it.
What you meant to say.
Yeah. We're on the same wavelength, Penny. We're basically the same person.
I feel like I'm a different type of wave than you right now.
I don't know what that means, but I don't like the way you said it.
I feel like you're a light wave and I'm a radio wave. That's how fucking far apart we are.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah, so we all agree.
5 of us stay safe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
Exactly.
and I can stay in the wherever you guys run. I can stay nearby Pal and Sam and kind of keep connection with Chris and Noda, and that way I can let you two know when you guys can kind of drop it and let him go. But I mean
Pal
that
and
in
Sam
a drop
and
the conversation.
Are all in the
Not
conversation, but
whatever
Penny totally
spell
checked
you
out.
cast on him.
I
Don't
do
drop
have
the
a
spell that we
tendency
cast on him.
to-
Understood.
I have a tendency to cast a spell on the people I talk to. I just
Well,
have
as long
that.
as you don't drop it, it's
Yeah,
okay.
you
got
just
that
can't
dog
drop the spell.
I need you to
It's been
know.
very clear.
Hold person lasts for 1 minute.
Don't worry, I have multiple spell slots.
That's going to be.
Okay, but Pal can probably hold a person for more than a minute. Look
That's
at
true.
him.
Definitely.
We need them to have as much time as possible.
Much
In
time
there.
as possible.
I can buy you a lot of time.
We can buy you a lot of
I
time.
think it's, yeah.
You're offering a physical.
Everyone's feeling evil today.
Oh wow,
What do you mean?
a lot of time.
Oh, wait, we should go. Alright, we should go maybe downstairs. We should go back to the inn. And then maybe see if we can figure out when he leaves his room. Or if we can get him to leave his room. And then that's when you two will try to sneak in.
You could cause
Okay.
a distraction. Yeah.
Well, that's what Pal and Sam are gonna do.
No, I know. I meant a distraction to get him out of.
What he enjoys doing besides staying in his room, like anything we could work with in terms of
Or-
distractions?
I could try and get him out of his room by like saying we want to talk about what we found, and that'd be better to talk about it,
Oh
downstairs.
yeah, that's
'cause I'm a
probably
little
better than
hungry.
faking an injury.
I was imagining a fire somewhere. I do like
Testing
the
his
idea. of-
humanity.
I mean, a fire would work, but also it would burn everything inside.
Well,
Not
doesn't
if
And
you
have to
affect
set
a
be.
lot
the
of people
fire
that
away
isn't
from his
him.
room. I mean, yeah, but as long as we get out safe, right? But yeah,
Yeah,
I like,
no matter what it takes. That's what you said,
Yeah.
right? Penny?
It took until level 5 for you guys all to do the heel turn where you turn into evil characters. It took until level
Not
5.
Not evil, self-centered.
We're just looking out for
Efficient
ourselves. It's a
characters.
dog world out there.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
let's
you
burn
said
down the
everyone
establishment
has a
before
dog.
we get burned by it, yeah.
You still have figured out
Doggy
their own
dog
protection.
world.
It's like when an airplane is crashing, you got to put your mask on first.
Exactly.
That's what it is.
Don't help others around you until you secure your own mask.
exactly.
Okay. Yeah, so Penny's gonna be like, okay.
It
so
took This is why you guys don't make it past level 7. Alright, I just want to say it right
Because we
here.
didn't have a fucking healer. We know why we didn't make it past level 7.
What about the
Yeah.
first time?
We was our
was-
first
I
campaign.
forgot to
First
do
time was
that.
a warm-up round.
It
Also,
wasn't
that
even that we died. We just stopped.
yeah, we were just like, hey, we want to continue on to the next one. We probably could have came back and continued that, but there was multiple reasons.
People
We
had
got
just
better
happened to
than
happen
we
at level
wanted to.
7.
so it was a good chance to.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it just happened to be level 7. There's no correlation.
That was just a
obviously.
coincidence. We're gonna make it past level 7 this time.
The sample size is
No
too small.
deaths.
But Penny's gonna be like, so, just to review, make sure everyone's on the same page.
Mm-hmm.
Chris and Noda, you're going inside his room
Mhm.
in order to try and find anything that could help us figure out what happened. Whether that be something related to the shipment, a letter,
Shipment.
or just anything suspicious. Don't just bring me his sheets.
Bring his sheets.
Are they the right person for?
I was just
People?
thinking it's really funny.
I mean,
Yes, go.
I'm not good at really sneaking around. And every time you take a step, pal, you sound like you're.
I don't think I'm the
cabinet
right
falling
person.
over.
I just don't.
Well, hey, what's
I'm
wrong
just
with
saying.
us?
They'll be fine. I hope.
You
but-
know.
Fine.
Haha. Yeah.
I know a lot of things, but I don't know that.
Well, know it.
No.
Oh, okay,
Like,
Cam. I
no,
found the
duh.
thing. I found the thing that you did with your money. By the way, you purchased 100 golds worth of spell ink. It's in your inventory.
Right. And then I was gonna put that in the bag, but I didn't. I'll do that later.
Okay.
After the session. The Penny's gonna be like, and then once we get him out of his room, so you two are gonna go in there. Maybe wait a bit for him to walk away, and that we can be sure that he's held up. Pal and Sam, you're gonna be the ones holding him up, trying to just do conversation, ask him questions. You got to do it in a way that keeps him there for quite a bit.
All right. So what does he like doing? Just real quick.
We don't
I might
know.
have.
Well, we know
Likes and
he's
dislikes.
like he's a kind of city guy, city dweller, and that he is pretty proficient in some magic. So maybe
He likes showing off how smart he is.
he
Get
does
him
like,
going on that.
yeah, maybe try to get him to try and explain something super convoluted.
Okay. All right. I'm cooking. Okay.
And I will be running sort of communications because I can do this, and I'm gonna point at Sam, and in your head, Sam, you're gonna hear a fart noise. But it's very clearly Penny's mouth making the fart noise.
A boom fart noise.
Yeah, like that.
A vine boom fart. Got it.
And so I can do that through walls. So
You can fart through walls.
I can fart through
You
I can
can
fart through
what?
time and space.
I need to sit down for this.
That smell you smelled the other day, walking
It
home,
was me,
that was
Barry.
me.
It was me, Barry.
I farted at supersonic
It's
speed.
like speed. It makes sound like a girl farted at a touch. You farted at a girl's touch.
You got there in the end.
Girl.
It's me, Barry. I stimulated your prostate at supersonic speeds, Barry.
Oh god. Okay, we're good. Fine. I'm fine.
You good?
Are you
Alright,
sure?
What's the signal you're gonna give to me and Noda if he's coming back? Through Bert?
It's coming out. I'll not through Bert. I'll just message you directly.
Oh.
Will you
Bert will be there,
tell
so
us
I can-
when we're good to go in, or are we just gonna have to assume on our own?
I can tell you when to go in as well.
Nice.
When he comes down into the bottom floor, I'll let you guys know. But I am gonna need an hour to get Bert out, though. So I didn't reform him since the last time he died, and he's probably gonna be a little mad at me because he hasn't had a form in a bit.
Damn.
See.
I'd be mad too.
So we guess we
I would
can
never
go.
do that to you, Terrence.
We can go to the tavern. I can do that, and while I'm doing that, you guys can maybe figure out a way to get him out.
Okay.
Right. Then and Peggy's gonna reach into the bag of holding and pull out some incense. It's like, I'm gonna go find a quiet corner to do this in. Then probably outside.
Okay.
You are in an office.
Good luck.
Well, I'm saying like I'm gonna go walk outside into the main thoroughfare, maybe find like an alleyway that I can
All
just
right.
kind of tuck into and
Sure.
do this real quick.
You spend an hour in an alleyway. What's everyone else doing in the meantime? Coming up with some plans? Cooking up something devious?
I think I want to go to the markets and look for, like, not a ski mask, but like
Jesus.
stealthy.
You want a you want a balaclava, is what you say.
Maybe, I don't know. We gotta be sneaky,
Yeah. What if we got matching?
right? Yeah. What if we got the magic?
What if we were breaking into someone? What if we were breaking into someone's in room together
Hey, you
and
already
we were?
kind of have
pensive,
like
wearing
a
matching ski
mask,
masks.
So.
That's
Okay,
Sorry,
so
guys. About my
President's
fur?
masks while we rob the
Yeah, you
bank.
got
Um,
like a pattern
so
around your face.
yeah,
on-
but if he
unfor-
sees my face, he's gonna know who I am.
Oh, shit, you
The ski
right.
mask would.
You
So
right.
unfortunately, the markets here are not robust enough to offer you a unique clothing material or
Is
option.
there just like a cool fabric or something we could wrap
Is there,
around
is
our
there like
Or,
an
like,
IKEA or
some
like
really-
a Bed Bath and Beyond or something? We get like some fabric or like
or like
You-
some just silly disguise?
You can
something
get
that
you
we
can
could-
you can
Do they have,
you
like,
can purchase a couple of very nice scarves that you can wrap around your heads.
Do they have any not so nice scarves? That would maybe be
Unfortunately,
more in our
no.
price range.
Mm,
Do they have any
nice
glasses like
scar-
this?
Let me see. If it's the glasses with like the mustache and nose,
No.
I'll be upset.
Do they have like a gift shop?
They do not, no.
Damn.
Like, if it wasn't for the alcohol business, Whitehall would be like a shithole for the most part. Like, they don't have a lot of amenities to offer you.
Guess we'll have to just make do.
Alright. Penny, you spend an hour summoning Bert. What form do you give Bert?
That's a good question. I want something small but has good perception so I can still see well. So give me a sec to figure that out, because I wasn't looking that up. I was just kind of staring into space.
Wonderful.
Like every time Penny stares into space, she is just accessing like the fucking like the 5e web page in her mind.
Basically, it being like, crab stats, spider
She's
stats.
she's having like a Jimmy Neutron brain blast.
Wait a second. Wait.
Brain blast. Think.
It'd be very
Think.
funny. It'd be very funny
Think.
to just give you a fish.
I mean, I can give you a fish. It would die very shortly unless you got it to the water.
Well, it's a familiar, so it doesn't have to breathe.
Yeah.
You really
Don't
are
step
evil,
on
huh? To just send a
You gotta like
freaking
carry it
robot
around.
charge. I have to splat on the ground.
Damn, crabs are ranked higher than cats. That's fucked up.
They got pincers,
Hear
man.
that, pilot?
You're below a crab.
Okay, these are not familiars that I have access to. These are fucking... Those are fucking warlock familiars.
Let's go.
I think...
We're like, yeah, I'd like to summon a pseudo dragon.
let me just double check the stats on this. But I think it's gonna be a weasel.
Ooh. We triple rodents! We can have a wee bears moment.
Yeah, they have keen hearing and smell, and a +3 to perception, and a +5 to stealth.
Well, I'm just gonna use the
Yeah,
Bert
weasel.
token because I don't have a weasel token.
I mean, it's a rodent, so yeah, rat works fine. And
Can you
then
stretch it out?
yeah, I'm gonna wring him out like a towel.
You know when you're like playing with
It's
clay,
just a
and you,
really
like,
small
make
teddy
a
that
noodle.
is stretched out.
You know that like that dragon that you have? You see that 3D printed one?
Yes.
I'm just doing that with his rib cage and his spine, and just kind of like.
Ooh.
Oh, there we go. It's slightly stretched out now.
There we go.
Can you turn him
Um,
over so he's laying down?
No. I'm gonna put him at a 45-degree angle because fuck you.
No! And then yeah, so Penny is then going to, when she gets back to the inn, who I'm assuming that's where everyone went.
Everyone's probably heading there at this point.
Well, for an hour?
Yeah.
It takes me an hour to summon Bert.
We're just hanging out, yeah.
Penny is going to walk to the inn because that's where she assumed everyone went after the meeting.
Get you some friends that'll wait like an hour for you to get out of the alleyway.
Yeah.
By the way, Sam, you can use a hit die if you want, because I cast Mending on you earlier.
Oh shit. Oh, okay.
That 4 psychic damage you inflicted on yourself.
On myself, okay. I think it was outside sources, to be honest.
No, it was literally inside of you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The outside sources got inside of me somehow and just really just wrecked up my
I think
insides,
you have
you
a
know what I'm
leak.
saying?
And then
Oh.
Penny is going to.
Like he's just filled with liquid.
I'm like a water balloon gooshing around.
Penny's gonna walk in
You're
and
just
see that.
splashing every time you step.
So are they all at the tavern or?
You can say they are,
Guys.
sure. Unless they want to say
It has to be
otherwise.
everyone.
Yeah, unless they want to say otherwise,
thought
we
we were
can
going
we
to
can we can assume that
That's
they
right.
are.
and I were just like wandering the markets trying to find something, and we got nothing, so we came.
They're
back.
looking for balaclavas in the market.
No.
Yeah, so Penny will walk in and sit with whoever's there. If it's nobody, she'll just kind of sit sadly by herself.
Okay.
Then wait for everyone to show up.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, and after... well,
After a bit,
I assume
everyone
we just
should
do-
show up.
yeah.
What do you guys do?
Quick- Okay.
What were you say, Blake?
I was gonna ask about the size of the building. Just to get, I'm gonna cast, not yet. But my plan is to cast Emboldening Bond on Lucy, Maddie, and Ty.
Can you hit 3 targets with that?
I can hit 3 targets. I don't have to include myself. It's proficiency bonus.
Oh, right.
Oh.
Huh.
Right.
But I wasn't sure. I mean, I'm still
Yeah,
gonna
they
give
they,
it to Sam.
they
but I
have to
wasn't
be
sure if Sam
within
would
30
be-
feet.
Yeah. I was trying to figure out how big
Sam
the
would not
building
be
was. Like,
within.
he would not. Okay.
You
okay.
can give it to
No.
Bert.
Oh, I can give it to Bert.
He's a creature.
He's a willing
Fucking
creature.
He is a creature.
Okay. Oh yeah, I'm not doing that right yet because it only lasts 10 minutes.
Creature.
I just wanted to clarify how it worked so that I knew what to do with
Yeah,
it
Bert's a creature.
before it happened.
La creatura.
A creature.
Okay. So, step 1, we got to get him out of the room.
Yes.
Yes.
And I'm sure you guys took that hour to plan how to do so.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Sam, you know what to do now.
Yeah, so Penny is going to hand off
Yeah.
Hey, you're gonna
I'll
hand
go
off
by your
Bert.
plan.
to Gris, and Bert is going to crawl under your clothes and then kind of just basically position himself so his head is just poking out above like the collar of your shirt in front of you.
Haha, Gris, you have 2 heads now.
Sure do. Ha ha ha.
And it's
He
like
kinda
it's like an
tickles, though.
amalgamation where it's got like a cat skull, but its body is like super long because he's skeletal. Its body is really long, and there's some like bleach white bones, some unclean bones, some really thin fish-looking bones. Oh, none of his ribs are the same size. And he's only got 3 legs.
You're a weird little guy, aren't you?
Uh,
And I mean that in a good way.
As he scurries underneath your clothes and tries to poke his head back out, Gris, his ear gets stuck, and you see him tug on it for a bit, and the ear gets detached, and now there's like a burnt ear just between, hanging like around your collar area.
No, I pick it out. Is there any way I can like put it back on?
Yeah, you can put it
him?
back on, and it would like almost like magnetically snap on, use like the magical bonds.
Yeah, I do that. There you
Alright.
go, little buddy. Try not to lose that again. That's
Bert's
weird in a
gonna-
bad way.
Bert will look up at you and just kind of like give you a blank stare. There is no emotion behind his eyes because he has no eyes. They're just hollow.
Yeah.
He can still see.
There's-
He just doesn't
There's
have any visible eyes.
the empty eyes. You swear when you look into them, Gris, you swear there's the tiniest lights in the back of those eye sockets.
And then Penny is going to just kind of position herself in a corner of the room with sights on the stairs, so that way she can tell when Colpip comes down. And then
Sure.
she is going to, and then she's just going to kind of try to think to herself where Colpip's room was. That way she knows where to throw the message.
Yeah,
That's
you know where it is. Yeah, you're easily able to know the general direction.
I know direcciones.
True. What's everyone else doing? Penny set up.
So we gotta get him. So are we all going up there, and then you guys are like hiding while we try and get him out of the room, and then you?
I would assume like you guys would like probably
we be,
hide on
like-
the same floor.
Yeah, like, will we just be further down the hall or something?
Right.
You guys could be
Around
in
the
your.
corner?
We do have a room rented, I think, for at least till the end of today.
Oh. Okay.
Um,
Just hang out in there.
yeah, hang out in the room, and then I can just message you guys, and you can head
Mhm.
out and go to his room.
Okay. So how do we get him out of the room?
Penny did not think that
No.
far.
Yeah. No. Neither do we.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how this will work. I'm excited to see what'll happen. You have the 2 machines, the 2 calculating minds. They are able to process information faster than anyone else. What idea did they come up with?
Okay, between the 2 of you, do you have decent charisma? 'Cause
Well, Sam just has really
I was
good.
gonna say, isn't
charisma.
Sam-
Yeah,
Sam's
that's what I'm
next.
saying. Between the 2 of you,
Yeah,
you have decent charisma.
Yeah, I guess.
Sam, I'm gonna level with you. I can kind of
Yep.
support you, but that's all I've got.
Pal's job is just
This
like
is not-
stand behind Sam and look menacing, just to like
This is not
cert like
what I
how
do.
right he is.
Okay. I have.
Just riz him.
Don't do that.
Just riz him.
Sam. It's called charisma. You gotta riz.
They don't call him the Rizzler for nothing.
Riz.
Out of curiosity, will Sam be within 30 feet of either Noda or Gris initially while we're trying to convince him to come to the room?
Initially, yes, he would
Okay. Okay, then before, yeah. All right, Sam, are you ready?
Do they
You
all
got
have to be
this.
in?
I've got
They all have to be in.
Okay.
How long does that
alright.
last, and do they all need to be in sight?
10 minutes. If any bonded creature is within 30 feet of another, then they can add the D4.
And I'm assuming you need to see them to apply it.
I need to see them to apply it,
Okay.
and then from
Stick
then
your
on,
heads out.
I don't have to maintain. So
Yeah, they'll
Like
poke
on
their
the
head.
same floor.
They'll poke their heads out the door, like stacked on top of each other, like
yeah,
cartoon
I assume
almost.
we'd do it, and then you'd go hide real quick, and we'd knock on the door.
Yeah.
but-
Yeah,
Okay.
so we're just
Are we
poking
ready?
our heads
Is that what we're
out.
gonna do? Are we all in the hallway, and then I'm gonna cast?
Do you guys have a plan to get him out
Sam,
of the
do you
room?
have any? I'm not asking for a good plan. Do you have like something that assisted good rolls might be able to make work?
I can probably get his attention in a conversation.
We want to get him out of the room.
Pe-
and away
People
from the room.
always
We wanna get him
sleep on the.
downstairs.
Yeah, we gotta
Do you-
find a way to get him downstairs.
Do you
Downstairs.
know
Yeah,
what's
like
So like,
minor
Did-
illusion and like maybe like having like someone he
so minor illusion? It can make
I
a
think
static
lower the
image or it can make a
complexity.
sound.
Yeah, exactly. So
Just
we,
like-
we need the sound part, right? From downstairs to beckon
All
him
right.
to get out of his room.
what if we just invite him for a meal,
Oh yeah, that
and
works.
then that could be a backup plan. Uh,
Wait, is Pal gonna chaperone Sam on a date? Is that what's happening here?
Yo.
Yo.
yeah, sure. Okay, so that's
Um.
the whole. All right, awesome. Okay, so then I'm gonna cast Emboldening Bond on Gris, Noda, and Sam.
Gris and Noda poke their heads out real quickly, and then like meets Pal's gaze. His eyes flash a bit, and then they go back into the room. I guess.
Thumbs up.
Yeah, and now I'm gonna here. I should click that so it actually uses it. And then I'm gonna cast
Yeah.
Guidance on Sam.
All right.
And I will leave this to your discretion. I should be able to cast Bless, but would that is that like a visible effect, or do you just not want me also casting Bless on Sam?
Bless lasts a minute.
It only lasts a minute, yeah. But for this initial get him out the door,
something.
I'm hoping to do whatever I can with that.
Max Riz, Max Riz.
I believe
those two I'm
guidance is
definitely
concentration, and bless is also
Oh, is
concentration.
guidance concentration?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, then can I do Bless instead?
I mean, they do
Uh,
the same thing, right?
Yes, but Bless I can put on 3 people, so I can also give it to Noda and Gris to help them get in initially.
Sure. Yeah. Go ahead and take that spell slot off.
Alright.
I'll do.
Wait, does Bless affect ability checks? I think
Oh,
it's
only
attack
saving
rolls and
throws.
saving throws.
No, you're
I
right.
think-
You're
Yeah.
right.
I think
You're
that's
right.
the
Okay,
point
so
of
I should only do.
guidance.
Yeah. Okay, so we should just do guidance. No, you're right. I always mix up Bless.
That's
and
why
Emboldening
guidance
Bond.
exists. Is because Bless can't do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's why Emboldening Bond's busted.
Yep.
Yeah, Emboldening Bond's nuts. Okay, so yeah, for the next 10 minutes, Gris and Noda have that,
Bolden.
and then Sam, you will have it until we get 30 feet
Bolden.
away from them.
Cool.
Okay.
Thank you, pal. I don't know.
Thanks, pal.
All right, you got this.
Okay.
Guidance.
No pressure.
All
I'm
right,
just
so-
imagining pal like rubbing Sam's shoulders, like you got this, you got this.
It's like the coach in the corner of like a boxing ring. Like, yeah, you
Right.
got this. Watch out for the left hook. Like, all right, well, you approach the door to Quopit's room. What do you do?
I'm gonna knock on it and be like, "Hey, man. So,
Tell him we want to discuss stuff we learned over dinner or something.
yeah.
You're currently talking to a door, by the way.
Right.
If he doesn't open the door, I'm gonna knock harder.
No, man. Wondering if you want to discuss some things over dinner. I think it would be pretty interesting. Some developments.
You're still talking to a door. And
Alright, so opening
then
the door.
Quopip
Okay.
will open the door and be like, yes. Can I help you too?
Yeah, see, there've been some, there are a couple things we do need to discuss, but more than anything, You're planning to be the next speaker of the village, right? I'd like to get to know potential speakers so I would get a better idea of how you'd like to run things.
Oh, are you a resident here? I thought you were travelers that had just blown in.
Well, we are
Um,
We are
travelers.
gathering the speakers for an important meeting that we are hosting. So to say.
Oh,
So
what are you gathering them for?
We have a.
Sounds-
Well, walk with me and I can tell you.
Oh, right. Hold on one moment. I'll be right down. And you're gonna hear he's gonna close the door. You're not gonna actually hear anything coming from his room, and then he's going to walk out the door and close it quickly behind him, and just be and then lock it. And then you're just gonna see him tap the side of it a bit, and you're gonna hear a couple more clicks basically. And then he's gonna go, okay then, yes, let's go down. I may have skipped lunchtime, so it's perfectly timed, I should say, conveniently timed.
Very convenient.
Lead the way.
Of course.
Now, could you extrapolate? He's walking with you down the stairs now. Could you extrapolate on the reason why you wish to call a council?
Yeah, so, well, I'm assuming we already talked this out so with Paladin, but just I want to make sure so we tell him about the machine that can.
yeah, we're good to. I think it's. Don't give him anything crazy details. But
No, we have stumbled upon a means that we believe has the capacity to stop the Blight. So that's kind of the reason we'd like to assemble the speakers together to come to a decision.
His
And
eyes
now
are
that
wide.
you
And
are-
oh.
yeah. Let him talk. Let him talk.
No,
Make him
he's
waste his time.
he's hanging on to every single word that Sam is saying after mentioning a machine, just leaning forward.
So, and
Might be
knowing
interested
that
in the light elemental that we fought too. This we can.
it was
I should
a.
discuss theories together and stuff.
Now, acquiring this machine that I'm talking about was no easy task. My compatriots and I fought a. Well, I'm not. It was a light elemental, wasn't it? I'd never seen anything quite like it. It had just billowed light across the entire sandscape, and it formed these sand elementals that were chucking boulders of sand at us that exploded on impact. So whatever they were trying to obtain, this machine, it's clearly of some level of importance, and we believe, after further studying, that it has properties that could possibly stop the Blight.
He's hang on for. He's see, that's really interesting. And he's going to continue just basically probing questions. It'll basically keep coming back to the machine and also the light element that you fought with, but that's gonna handle distracting him. Yeah.
I'm pissing myself.
What is everyone?
Hour, bitch.
Yeah. What is everyone else doing in this time?
I am as soon as I see him hit the bottom stair, I am pointing up
now-
towards our room and
now-
casting message.
Penny, when they lead him to a table, are you at all located near that table or around that
I am
table?
in the absolute corner of the bar.
Okay.
It depends on where they lead him. I'm in the corner of the bar,
Okay.
one of the darker corners, just so I can see the stairs.
I mean, not that dark since it's always light out, but I know what you mean.
Yeah, but maybe the lighting isn't great. Maybe the lantern over here is low on oil. You don't know. Ow. Hi, buddy.
Hi.
He's in my lap.
All right.
That's my pad thai. You would explode if you ate that. No.
So Noda and Grace, you get the go ahead from Penny. What
And
do
then
you
I'm
do?
going to use my action again to look through and hear through and smell through Bert, because I go blind and deaf.
All right.
He's just trying to
Downstairs.
get my attention at Penny's. Meanwhile, I'm looking through the eyes of a rat.
Yeah, basically, I'm going to start looking through their vision. Bert,
All right.
You know to do a really cool action roll out of the room.
Yeah. Make an acrobatics check, Noda,
Oh,
God.
no.
real quick for me.
You said it.
You said it.
So,
What-
so how
when-
does emboldening bond work? It says every turn. Is that like every 6 seconds then, or?
Basically,
Yeah,
yes.
that'll be Leo's discretion because it's
So I'm like, will it basically be to everything that we do if it's?
Let me
Spaced
double
out,
check.
Things
or-
are in action, so yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's
Yes.
like you can it's
Until we
like
get
per
to
turn,
initiative.
right? Okay. Not bad, not bad. You said acrobatics?
Yes.
Acrobatics? Okay. Add a d4. Okay, 18, 21.
Hey,
21.
yo.
The roll is completely silent. Your fur
It's so
cushions,
slick.
and it just like it's slick, and you land in like a 3-point pose.
Oh, hell
One
yeah.
fist on the ground, other hand reared back, ready to go.
Yeah, and I look left and right, and then I make a little beckoning motion with my hand
Yeah.
for Gris to give her
Yeah.
the okay.
Um.
I do a
Uh,
sneaky roll.
All right, make an acrobatics check for me.
I'm great at these. 12.
You add a d4?
Oh, add a d4. Okay, cool. Where's my d4? I can't pick it up. I just did my nails. I have to do Kugel roller. So it's 12 plus 1.
Nice.
13.
13. A little bit less silent of a roll. Let me check something real quick.
Floor or doorway.
Pal, with your passive perception, you hear a slight tumble up the stairs.
what the fuck is happening?
And the weird thing is,
yeah,
like, you
that
can
is
like
so
you,
cool.
you can slightly echolocate it. And it's like they're not even to the room yet, and somebody already took a tumble.
What are they doing?
I'm like looking into Bert like it's a GoPro, like doing like a hang 10 sign, like yeah.
It feels like
My name's
GoPro, because Penny
Noda.
just
Welcome
got
to Jackass. And it just like does like a tumble downstairs. It's like a
if you look at Penny right now, she does look a little woozy because she just first person took a tumble that she was not ready for. As soon as she comes into it, she's like upside down.
Welcome to Jackass. Just does like a huge ass like tumble. But yeah, what do you guys do now that you have alerted somebody with a perception of POW?
We
Anyway,
should probably go to his
Yeah?
room now.
we should
Yeah.
probably do.
We're gonna
what we
slink
need to
over
do.
to Colpip's room.
All right, you go over to his room, and it is locked. The door is
I
locked. It's
turn over the door,
closed.
I'm like, hey, Chris, it's locked. You
Oh, yeah,
Damn.
we had to try,
Can
of
you-
course.
yeah, can you
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yes.
Get
I've
in
never
there.
actually used thieves' tools.
You have expertise in them,
Okay.
so you
I can
add
use that to help them
so you
okay.
add a +6 to them to your roll.
Okay, cool.
There's no way for me to help her with this, right?
Not unless you're also experienced with thieves' tools.
I'm not, but I'm like, that looks fine.
So is this
Clearly has no idea what I'm talking about. Okay.
Is this just the D20 plus the +6 from
Yes.
thieves' tools?
D20
or I'm,
D20
Yes.
plus
Can she
dex.
also add emboldening bond to this?
Wait, no, you
Ye-
add
y-
dexterity to thieves' tools.
Okay, that's what I was asking. So is there?
Okay, yeah. So it'd
Oh, wait,
be
so the +6 comes from Dex?
No,
no, the
you-
+6 comes from
That's
proficiency.
expertise.
Because you have expertise, so you double your proficiency.
So
bonus
it
to
is a D20 plus 9, and then add a D4.
Okay, cool. Can't mess this up.
That's what you think.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Okay,
That's not
so
the sound
it's
someone
it's
did.
a 14 plus 4. Just wait. It's a 16.
14 plus 4?
18?
No, I meant plus my D4. Sorry.
Oh.
And then as I said,
Okay.
I rolled it.
All right, I was
and
like,
then I got a 2, so it's
okay.
16.
That's,
I did
that's
not
you
say
can't
that great.
have that.
16. Okay. Okay. You managed to work the tools and Noda while you're just sort of like backseating her lockpicking skills that you have no idea was correct or wrong.
Skyrim, this doesn't look right.
Mhm.
What's Skyrim?
This is really...
As you continue to fiddle with the lock, you manage to end up having to put like a little bit of elbow grease on the turner for it, and you just hear like a quick like snap and a click, and the door unlocks. And as you try to push it open, there is a you get stuck. You manage to like turn the knob and like push forward, and the door opens slightly. You're opening it carefully, and it gets caught, and you see that there is a deadbolt there.
God, I hate this guy.
How wide is the door crack? Can Bert get in there?
Yeah, Bert can get in there.
Oh.
Would Bert be able to,
Oh, yeah,
how dexterous is he?
I'm gonna point up towards the room and say, I think I can get that if you put Bert inside.
Okay. Can I reach into my shirt and pull Bert out?
Yeah, you can pull Bert outside. You do feel like his ribs,
like a wet noodle.
Yeah, you do feel like some of the ribs like tickle the area between your neck and your collar as you're pulling him out of there.
I imagine he'd like the bones would get caught on some of my fur and like rip it a little bit.
Yeah.
It's his fur now.
Ugh, he could have it, I guess. I
looks
can
good
grow
on him.
more.
Yeah, and
It
then he is going to crawl in. Or actually, it just kind of pulled him near it. I don't think he's not really good at climbing right now.
Okay.
And if you hold him near it, he will attempt to just kind of grab at it and turn it.
I will hold them as close as I can.
Or is it a deadbolt,
Alright.
or is it like those chains that you get on like
It's
hotel doors?
yeah, it's not a deadbolt. It's like those chains.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's
then
close enough.
he's going.
Okay.
Yeah, just if you hold him up to it, he'll like grab at it and like kind of pull it a little bit, try to push it.
Okay. So you hold him up to it and he begins to push it. To get it like all the way out, though, you will have to like close the door, sort of. Well, you don't exactly have to close the door, but you do have to close enough where your arm can no longer fit through.
Yeah, just like pull it
Oh,
close
that's
a
right,
little
yeah.
bit.
Here,
Yeah.
just,
We get him to swing his body, like.
I was about to say, here, do this. I'm gonna point up at the room again and say, just let him grab onto it and then close the door.
All right.
Okay.
And he's gonna
gonna-
grab onto it as best he can, the
And-
actual chain part.
When he
Oh,
does
no.
that, I'm gonna pull the door shut.
Okay.
And then
Now, I'm afraid that Bert is gonna have to make a strength saving throw with the weasel stats. He's trying to hold on as the door swinging closed.
We're not slamming it. We're slowly closing it. We're not trying to make
That's not a
noise.
that's
Yeah,
not a
but-
dex.
but
It
he's
could
like
be.
hanging his body over the chain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, well, it's a
I-
-4 to strength.
Oh
He's doing
man.
great.
The DC
Plus
isn't.
3 to dex.
Yeah, but he's not. It's not like he's doing something acrobatic. He's holding on as a door.
Can climb.
Yeah.
All right. Plus, it's not a whole lot of weight. It's just him.
Yeah. The DC isn't high, but it's still a strength saving throw.
It's 11 -4.
Hmm.
You got
The DC was 10, so
God damn it, I knew it.
it closes, and you do hear a soft like thump on the other side of the door as like because you don't have to close it completely because like you just have to close it enough to where
Okay.
you can like turn it, so
Terrence,
the door's
you
still
try it.
slightly open.
I'm gonna stuff Terrence in there. Terrence, you get in there.
All right. You just like sort of like open. You have to squeeze the door open a little bit again and just throw Terrence in there and just kind of like he turns to look at you for a moment and just goes. "Rrr, rrr."
You
I
got this,
imagine
buddy.
that when we pushed the door open so Terrence get in there, we pushed Bert, who's on the floor.
Yeah, no. So that's what happened. Is like you put Bert on there and like you're closing the door and it's just like he hasn't opened it yet. And so you're like, get in there, Terrence, and you push the door open immediately and like Bert falls off.
Ugh.
Listen,
and
I thought I heard a thump. I thought he fell.
Um,
Terrence has -5 strength, so.
Oh well, Terrence doesn't have to hold on as the door's closing now
That's
because you can
true.
close the door now and try to have them climb up. Which means that it will.
Terrence up by the
Oh,
chain.
you're having him do that? Okay, we'll make a strength
Yeah,
saving
I'm
throw
like,
for Terrence as you try again.
If Terrence is a frog, they have a standing high jump of 5 feet. So, do with that information is what you will.
Yeah, well, yeah, so he's got it, regardless, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah,
make
we
a
got
strength
this.
saving throw.
So I rolled a 12. Minus
Yeah.
5. So
Minus
that's
5?
7.
DC was 10.
Okay, wait. Bert, get on Terrence's back. I'm gonna jump you up there so you get a second
So
try.
now that both the animals have failed to get onto it, it is now a dex save. It is now a dex check for them to climb up and move the chain off
frog
once the
can
doors
Can
close.
Terrence help Bert? Because if he just climbs on, he can just jump up the 5 feet.
This weasel is more weight than your frog.
You can't
Yeah,
tell.
no.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, it's like that heavy? Okay.
yeah.
Terrence could jump up himself and try to maybe grab it with his tongue.
Yeah,
Yeah.
can you do
Those
that?
little frog.
Yeah. Terrence
His
may.
little sticky hands.
So the DC will be 5. Terrence has advantage on this. Please make a dexterity check.
You've got this, Terrence. This is your shit.
Dexterity.
Okay.
He has a +1.
10.
He
Yeah,
does it.
Terrence.
He
does
does
it.
it. Let's go.
Olympic athlete.
I rolled a 9 and a 7. I'm like,
Imagine if I made the DC 11 or something.
I'm using Noda dice. I need to use Terrence dice.
All right. Terrence opens the chain on the door. And as you
Give me some.
you just goes
Yeah.
as you open the door and now are able to get in, you see upon the room. First thing that actually catches your eye is the door that you're gently closing behind you. There is first of all, the chain has some sort of runes inscribed upon it. And then also there is a flat disc that is attached to the back of the door, on the inside side of the door, I should say. That has a glowing rune on it, and you see with your passive perception now, you see 2 others on the the side of the side of the room that is closest to the windows, like the windowed side of the room, and also the side of the room that is adjacent to another room.
Oh, God.
Wait a second. How did he lock this with the chain from the outside?
Well, the rune.
I guess magic. Okay.
Because you just kind of tap the door.
Sure.
Bert is going to climb back up Griss's thing and just kind of hang himself around her neck.
All right.
And, on
he
their
is
shoulders,
he is sort of slinking now because he's a weasel.
Yes. And so then he's just going to kind of survey the room as she goes around, keeping an eye out for any sense or sounds that may sound familiar or not familiar, interesting.
Okay.
He's not really looking. He's kind of more doing the things that they can't do, which is hearing and smelling.
Okay.
Okay,
That will be a
can
perception
smell.
check using Bert's stats. What are the 2 players doing?
I'm gonna stuff Terrence back into my shirt real quick, or my pocket, so he doesn't
Sure.
get lost.
It just
And
goes.
then-
Would really suck if we lost Terrence in somebody else's room.
That'd be so awkward. So I'm gonna stuff him back in my pocket. I'm gonna go. Does he have a desk or something? Not with
There's a desk.
Does it have drawers and stuff? Can I go through the drawers?
You can. Go ahead and make an investigation check as you rifle through this man's desk.
Could I assist?
You may, yeah.
I'm also looking around the room.
Are you looking around the room, or are you assisting with the desk?
Oh no.
I will assist with the desk.
Okay.
Okay. I rolled a 9 and then a 1.
No.
Okay, so it's fine. It's with advantage, so it's the 9. And then
And
plus
add a
4
D4.
from emboldening bond. So
Yeah, add
that's
a D4.
13 plus my investigation, which is 1. So 14.
All right, 14. You're able to sort of go through those drawers. The drawers are mostly empty, as this is a piece of furniture that just is that comes with the room, and it's there's just some spare pieces of paper that are just completely blank. There's a writing utensil. There's a dry inkwell. There's
Is
not
there
really
any
much in
sign
this
of,
desk.
The notepad or whatever being used or something, any indentations on it that maybe
with
the pages ripped
with-
off.
With the 14, there's the stacks of paper is there's a stack of paper that you can see someone was writing on a piece of paper that was on top of it. So there's slight indentations. You're not able to really determine what it was they were writing. with that vague. Yeah.
Can I like lick my arm and then try to rub like smudge like the grime and stuff on me on the page to like sort of, like with like a crayon.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. Let me think. Let me think. So I'm going to say that I'm going to say that this obviously will not work as well as a graphite pencil or a crayon. So what instead I'll say is that it will be an intelligence check to decipher what you're able to muster from these rubbings, basically. So go ahead and make an intelligence check.
I want Chris to make one too.
All right, but she has a -1 to intelligence.
I just think it's funny if we're both trying to read it.
Okay.
Okay, I got. Is this just a general intelligence?
Just general intelligence check.
I got 15.
15.
I got a 17.
Let's go.
We're reading.
We're reading.
All right, let me pull up.
Reading.
Fucking. I gotta pull up my notes for actually what he wrote in there. Hold on a second.
Let's go.
Let's see here. All right. There is the writing again. It's a bit smudged. You're only able to make out a few words that stand out there. With one of them, like you can piece together like where sentences start and end. And at the very beginning, a sentence will start with the word "how," and somewhere close to the end of the sentence, you'll see the word "contact," and then you'll see like the etchings of like a question mark. And another near like a couple sentences before that, though, you'll see the word "prison," and then a little bit after that, you'll see the word "looking." And that's all you're able to get from like this used notepad, because again, you're just sort of like rubbing dust on it via your fur, so I can't give you like the full missive.
I'm gonna tear this off, carefully fold it, so that like the crease wouldn't like interfere with.
Sure.
I don't know how big the notepad is, but I'm gonna just.
It's not a notepad. It's a series of loose pieces of paper, so you can just take it. You can just take it with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, I'm gonna. If he has any bags or chests or whatever, I'm gonna start going through those.
I kind of want to look for just anything that looks suspicious, as we were told to look for.
Okay.
Anything.
That's totally what I'm doing.
Yeah, that's you're both. So, who would like to lead the investigation check? Or would you both like to make one individually?
I got a 9 as Bert for keeping an eye out for strange sounds and smells.
All right. With a 9, let me check. I know the room's kind of smelly, I guess.
Bro, take a shower.
I can help. Gris. That's
all
why
right.
I'm going through
Gris,
the chests and bags. I'm helping.
Gris, this time, making an investigation check at advantage. You can add a D4.
Ready. Oh, wait, not 20 on the first one.
Let's go.
Hey.
Let's
And
go.
plus the D4, 21.
All right.
Plus your
What's your investigation?
investigation.
Oh, plus 2. You're so right.
So 23.
Yes.
Let's go.
All right. 23. God damn. Let me pull up what's going on in this fucking room then. Gris,
We investigate.
there is something quite remarkable. You see it like you see Noda like pulling out like a traveling pack like from underneath the bed, and like something something in your like sixth sense just like urges you to like look underneath the bed again, and you see like tucked between the frame of the bed and the mattress, there's a set of clothes actually like stuck underneath there. And you pull those out. And you recognize these clothes, Gris. You specifically. Noda, you don't recognize them. They seemed like a strange set of you guys don't know about this, like, so it's sort of like a gray jumper almost sort of looking thing. Gris, you recognize this as a prison uniform that you once wore.
Oh my gosh, was this guy in prison? Maybe this I have questions for this man, but I don't think I can ask them.
And then, similarly, you sort of turn over the room and you find, a strange, let me get the description of it. You find a strange looking stone that has like the inscription of a face from a side profile view on it. And Penny, with Bert's vision, tucked into Gris's collar, you're able to recognize this immediately with your passive arcana. This is a sending stone.
Yeah, that's what I figured. Fuck.
What's a sending stone?
Sending stone. It's what you can use to talk to people over long distances.
It's like a cell phone.
A long distance walkie-talkie.
Gotcha.
You can only use it once a day, though.
Bert's eyes, and I'm like, do we take this?
Bert's gonna nod.
Okay, I'm gonna tuck it in my backpack too then.
Over there's not much. There's a lot of just like traveling gear, some just like miscellaneous like camping gear, sleep roll, spare set of clothes.
So is he trying just to hide his prison jumper? What kind of person keeps their prison jumper?
Chris is just feeling it and being like, this shit's so uncomfortable. Why would you keep it?
I mean, just under his bed too. He's not even wearing it.
How?
I get maybe recycling the
Unless
fabric.
this is the first place he ran to.
Well,
but still, why keep the evidence that you were in prison?
wow, the education system in prisons must be really good nowadays. He's
You're
so
so
smart.
right.
Was it like that when you were into Clink?
Excuse me?
Yo, who the fuck has Noda been talking to? Who the fuck?
What the fuck did you just say to me?
Did you just say like a slur of some kind? Like what
That's
the?
what they called it in my graphic scrolls. That
They
I
called
read.
it the what? The clink?
The clink. Because
I
that's
don't-
the noise it makes when you hit the bars.
I can never find the clink.
Oh.
The clink. Shut the fuck up, Leo.
Oh, so yeah, Penny's gonna just kind of
Thank you.
think-
It wasn't
think
funny.
quietly to herself. As soon as like they find like the sending stone and the prison uniform, Penny's gonna come out of Bert's vision, like after nodding as Bert, and just kind of take a look at the conversation happening downstairs. And see how that's going.
You see a Sam sort of weaving a tale like dramatically. Actually, Sam, make a performance check for me as you try to basically like hype up your experience to like drag on the conversation.
There's tons of flowery language.
Yeah, make a performance check
descriptive
for me,
terms,
Sam.
Onomatopoeias. Sam is muted, by the way. I'm assuming he
You sure
does not
do.
know, or does know. Who knows?
I'll make one for him then.
Assuming he stepped away, but
True. Performance. Oop. Yeah. All right. That is a. What is that?
Nope.
Nope.
Oh, 1 second. 9. Why did I calculate that wrong? Whatever. With that sort of with a 17, Sam's able to sort of like continue to keep his attention enraptured, and you see like you just see Pal with your passive insight, Pal. You're able to see like you're able to at least tell on a surface level that Quopip is very much like making mental note of all the details that are being like offered to him.
Nice. Okay. It doesn't look like he's about to get up and leave.
No. He seems very much enraptured. It looks like he's just trying to like, he's going like, yes, and then, what's happened next? And he's just sort of like on the edge of his seat, and like food's placed in front of him, and he's just like keeping his attention on Sam while just like shoveling food into his mouth. It's like, yes, and then what happened?
Alright. Penny's gonna swap back into Bert's vision, seeing that the situation is still handled.
Yeah, back with the infiltration gang, what do you guys do next?
Is there any notebooks or papers or anything to like rifle through besides just like the
No, just what you found up the
Or
desk.
Closets? Any, like-
This room does not come with its own, like, special closet. It seems,
Okay.
it's, just what he
Can
has
I, like,
strewn about his room.
inspect the rune of like the lock that he put on the door?
Sure.
I don't really
so
know
are
too
you,
much about magic, but I'm just
are
like
you,
staring
are you
at
inspecting,
it, like, what is
are you
this?
inspecting the chain or the, like, the runic plate that's on the door?
The runic plate.
The runic plate. Okay, the runic plate is quite interesting. As you get so like when you're in the center of the room, just sort of like digging through it, you're able to vaguely hear like the hustle and bustle that's going on the ground floor. But as you get closer to the plate, the sound begins to get muffled, and when you're right next to it, like examining it, you don't hear anything beyond it.
Interesting.
Like a localized silence. Curious and curious.
Can I check under his pillows? Just
Sure.
In case.
Absolutely.
You find $20.
You find a tooth.
You lift up his pillows and you see an empty bottle of liquor.
Oh no, that's just sad.
Ew.
Don't say that.
That can't be comfortable.
Don't comment on it. That's perfectly normal.
Not a problem unless you make it a
Okay.
problem.
Stop anytime I want.
Yeah.
It'd probably be a bad
Um,
idea to take the bottle out and put it on the desk because it must be so uncomfortable to sleep on it, you know.
We don't want him to know that we were in here, though.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
Penny's
know,
gonna
that's probably
pass
a bad
message
idea.
looking at the room again and being like, try to make it look like you were never here, and maybe put the bottle back.
Can I look for like loose floorboards or something? Like maybe anywhere that they would hide something like under a floorboard or like in the wall or
Sure.
something?
There don't seem to be any loose floorboards. They made the second floor quite a sturdy
That
foundation.
makes sense. Makes sense.
The walls, with your passive perception, there's no, like, hidden compartments that you can see at a glance. You're free to do an investigation check to look for more.
Oh no. What will 11 get me?
11, you think there's one, but it's right. That's there on the far wall, but it's right out of your reach.
Chris, give me a boost.
I got you.
Come here.
You have to
I'm gonna
roll
do
for
that
boost.
thing. There's nobody here, but I'm gonna do that thing again where I cartwheel onto her shoulder.
Okay. Make an acrobatics check, and Gris, make an athletics check.
Alright. I'm great at these. Are we still adding the D4?
Yes, you get to add a d4 to it.
16.
Do they? Because they were bonded with Ty.
But we're
They need
next
to be
each
near.
other.
They need to be someone that's bonded, and they're.
They only need to be in range of anybody
Okay.
else in the bond. So right now,
Gotcha.
Ty doesn't get anything, but they both do.
Okay.
All right.
16.
So this plus 4 is 11 plus a D4, which is...
All I'm saying
14.
is the more we do this, the lower the DC should get
15.
because we're just getting good at it.
Yeah, you say, Gris, give me a boost, and just like clockwork, you just do a cartwheel onto her shoulders and just like smooth practice
Sit up,
motion.
yeah. Absolutely. And then I look down at Bert and be like, did you see that?
Yeah.
And I'm gonna try to tap the wall where I think it's maybe
Yeah.
a hole
Bert's
or
giving you
something.
a look.
There's a little bit of loose like boarding on the wall that you can like sort of like grab at a little bit.
I'm gonna try to gently grab at it. I don't want to like make the wall collapse or anything crazy like
Sure. You begin to pull on and you feel it giving way, a little bit.
And try to like, I don't know how far out reach it is. So I'm gonna try to stick my hand into like the little crevice or whatever that opened up to see if there's anything, to feel for anything in there.
The crevice is not yet wide enough for you to fit your
okay.
hand in through. If you wish to like actually put a small amount of force behind it to open it up for you to reach into.
Pull it a little bit further.
All right. If you're trying to do a controlled amount of force, this will be a strength check.
Uh,
To not put too much, not too little.
oh man.
I believe in you. I believe in you. You're
14?
So good. That's good. That's good.
14.
That's with the +4, the D4.
Yes, I rolled a 10.
Cool.
All right,
got
with the
this, Raymond.
14, you're bending the board back a little bit, and do hear a quick snap, and you see that a nail has come out. But beyond that, you now can slip an arm through, and you feel back, and you don't really find anything. It seems to just be a loose wall, a loose plank in the wall.
No offense, Penny. Sorry. I'm gonna.
I'm a mouse.
Okay, I'm gonna.
Wow, Noda's racist too. Who knew?
Well, you know, for Bert. And then I'm gonna.
He's a weasel.
He's been a rat before, hasn't he?
I mean, he has in the past, but yeah.
Yeah.
Currently. But Bert himself is not a rat.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Bert is a man that lives in my giant book.
Yeah. No. Sure. I'm sure he is. I'm gonna go pick up the nail and try to.
Is Bert in the room with us right now?
And I'm gonna try to put it back in. Like,
All right.
I'm gonna carefully put the board back, carefully put the nail back in. It doesn't have to be secure, just secure enough that like looks at a glance that nothing has happened to it.
Okay, let me
Flip it back
think
in.
a little bit. This will be you can choose.
Gotta be a check. I mean, how hard could it
No,
be,
no,
right?
this is a check. I'm afraid. This is gonna be another strength check because you do need to
You're
like
not
force the nail back
afraid.
into. All right, then do a strength check.
Oh no.
You want to add something? to that?
11.
Did you
11.
add
All right.
I sure did. I rolled a 6. So.
So with an 11, you manage to sort of you manage to force the nail back in, and you feel pretty good about it. It's like looks good news. The wall seems like pretty flat now.
Nice.
Seems good.
Cool. I dismount off of Gris.
Let me check something real quick. Gris? Yeah, you don't say anything. Bert?
My passive perception
Bert-
is Bert is 13.
Yeah, Bert, you see that there is that Noda accidentally pushed the plank like inward, so now there is a dent in the wall. There's a very clear
God.
dent in the wall. As opposed to something that was coming
Penny,
into the room, there is now something pushing out away from it.
Penny is just gonna be like, that'll probably be fine. And she's gonna point up at the room, being like, there's no rush, he's not heading up yet, but you should probably think about getting out soon.
Oh, okay.
And then I'm gonna drop out of Bert's sight to just monitor their conversation.
Sure.
Probably.
With the performance check made by Sam, he's still just waxing poetic about the experiences, about the troubles, about the complexity of the machine, about the intense life that they had to face, and the comforting darkness that they had created. And yeah, see, he's beginning to become like less interested as like Sam is now like retreading old details, and he's like, yeah, is that so? And he's now like more laid back, just sort of like mindlessly like grabbing food that he's
polite.
got ordered. Yeah, he's quite frankly more interested in the food he's eating now than
Like, these are
than
important
Sim's
people.
though.
I can't defend them. I can't just.
Yeah. But yeah.
Okay. I think you good to go, Gris?
Yeah, we should probably skedaddle, especially because we have
Okay.
to lock the
Alright.
door the way it was locked.
Yeah, we gotta.
Get in.
Okay, Terrence.
Yeah. So
Bert,
that's a
you
good
guys
question.
got
How are
this.
you gonna do? How are you gonna do
I'm gonna
that?
Leave Terrence in the room to try
Yeah,
to.
leave Terrence and
jump
Bert in
again.
the room.
So here's the thing. Real quick. Terrence is right now just a trained animal. He's just a normal frog.
Uh huh.
Are you gonna leave him in the room when you lock it?
No, I want him to do the deadbolt thing.
Ah,
and then
okay.
We'll step out and lock the door, like take him back
Okay.
out.
So,
Not leaving him in the room.
if you
I'm
want him
just trying
to,
be like,
so
I'm pointing, I'm like tapping on the lock. I'm like, Bert, look at me, look at me.
Yeah.
Or not Bert, Terrence, look at me, look at me. See this? I want you to grab this, and I'm like dangling the end of the chain, and then try to get it in here. And I'm pointing at like the.
So the act of taking off the chain is a lot easier and a lot simpler. There wasn't really
Sure
anything
is.
necessary.
Sure is.
With putting it on, first of all, I'm gonna need an animal handling check from you, and then depending on how that goes, it's gonna be
Bert and
quite.
Terrence and I are tight. He gets it. We're same brain.
Yeah.
Okay.
For your
23.
check, you can add the emboldened.
23. All right. So,
Probably.
I'm doing the animal handling, right?
all right.
Yeah, so
yes,
it's
you're doing the
23.
animal handling. All right. So now using the frog stats, I need you to make a dexterity
Come on,
check.
Terrence.
The DC is 14.
Jesus.
Come through. How? Let me just pull up the stats. He's.
This is a
So
moderately
backstroked.
complicated thing. Imagine doing this with
Come
like
on.
out any hands. Like it's not easy, and you're teaching a dumb
shit.
frog to do it.
Yeah, I got a 10.
Like you try to get on the other side of the door that's outside, and you just hold the door slightly like open so that you can get the lock on. And you just hear like the wet slap of a frog against a door.
No.
Yep, and Penny can't see any of this because she's not in Bert vision.
No. So, what
Can
will you do?
I-
What will you two do?
Do we have what's in my pockets? Hold on.
Well, what if we just leave the chain part unlocked and then he thinks he forgot to lock it?
I don't think he's gonna.
Problem
Do you have like a
solver.
little wire or something that we can sort of make a little loop out of to try to finagle it?
There would have to be something like that in the thieves' tools, right?
For resetting a lock like
you'd
that,
have-
I would assume so.
You would imagine
So,
that seems.
Yeah,
key.
so for something like that,
Yeah.
yes, there is something for that. This is a bit different than your normal thieves tools check, because this is not just which, by the way, resetting a lock is a lot harder than lockpicking it.
That makes sense.
Should be noted. As someone who's like vaguely practicing lockpicking in his free time, not as easy.
Well, like there's resetting the lock on the door, but like resetting
This
the
is
chain.
just like putting a chain. Like we know what
Yeah,
we're supposed to do. Is
resetting
put
the
out a
chain.
finagling it
So
and
yeah,
then-
so resetting the chain. This would not. I would not consider this a thieves tool check. This would be a dexterity check on Gris, and the DC would be slightly higher because let me consider it for a second, because it's not the same as putting the chain back on from the inside side of the door. You're doing this from the
Right.
outside
You're
side
sort
of the
of,
door,
like,
which is
feeling for it with
a
not your
bit
hands.
harder. Yeah.
Okay. What's your dex?
+3.
Okay. And
But
then we
also
have
have proficiency.
And you got emboldening bond.
Yeah, it's a +3.
Yes.
It would be a straight dexterity check, so it's plus
+6,
plus 6 is for the saving throws, unfortunately, not the checks.
That's with thieves tools. This isn't a thieves tool check.
This is not a
This is
thieves
just
tool check,
dex.
because this thieves tools is for like unlocking contraptions and whatnot. This is trying to finagle a chain back onto
You got
back
this,
onto
you got
its
this.
its
We don't
rack
Make sure
base.
I'm looking at this right because I'm looking at Foundry and the
It's
Yes.
just
dexterity
dexterity.
16. There's a check underneath it. That's for saving throws
that-
only.
That's that's
Okay,
for saving
okay.
throws.
Gotcha.
Yes, of course. So this would be a D20 +3 plus a D4, and
If
the
you just
DC.
click on dexterity on your character sheet, it'll pop up a thing, and you can click ability check.
And the DC will be.
Number.
The DC's got it. I'm deciding between 16 and 17.
I think it should be 16.
I also think it's
I think it should be 17.
You know, it could even be 15, dare I say.
Well, I'm a
Be so bold.
I'm a contrarian, so let's say 17.
Let's go.
Actually, you're right. I think it should be 17. So maybe
I'm
it's
a-
16.
You got this. You got this. You
All
got
right.
this.
so-
You just
You
need
got
a
this.
slightly above average roll, and then the addition and stuff does all the rest.
I was not above average.
Oh no.
I don't think I should bother because I rolled a 2.
Oh no.
Okay.
Let me try. Let me try.
I'll add D4 just so it's not a straight.
Yeah,
2.
yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
a 5 plus whatever this D4 is. It's an 8.
So
You probably didn't make it worse.
yeah. So you're just sort of like Noda, you see Gris just sort of like patiently trying to like use 2 separate pieces of wire from her thieves tool, just sort of try to pick up the chain from the outside and try to guide it, and you just hear it like scraping against the door, just sort of like as she tries to feel around for it, and every single time she actually hits like the track she's supposed to slide onto, it just falls out of the grass between her, like what she's holding it with, and just falls back down.
Gimme. I'm gonna do grabby hands. Let me try.
You wanna try?
Let me try.
Alright, I give it to Noda.
Alright, I will make this...
Wires?
Yeah, it's basically 2 wires that Gris bent expertly with her thieves tool experience
Gotcha.
to basically make something that could theoretically pick up the thing that holds the chains from around the door, basically. Same thing, Noda. It'll be a dexterity check.
Can I hold it up and also like peek back in the room like, Terrence, spot me? Can Terrence like kind of try to jump and like push it into?
Let me make an intelligence
just to, like,
check
body
with
slam
Terrence's
against it a little
stats real
bit.
quick. Terrence has a -5 to int. Let's
you
see what he
public
does. Terrence, you say, "Hey, Terrence, spot me," and he just looks at you and goes, "Brr,
Nice.
True.
Man, spitting.
Nice. Cool. Amazing. Okay. So is this just a regular dex roll then?
It's a dex check. You have so it would be a d20 plus 3, plus a d4.
What's wrong?
Yeah.
Hey, that's so crazy, Madden. What did you roll?
No.
Say
Did you
it
roll
ain't
one?
so.
Did you roll one?
2.
Let's
And then I rolled
go!
another 2. I'll give me a total of
So
7.
So funny thing is, Terrence rolled adequately actually on his int check, so the DC I lowered it by 1.
Oh, so we were almost there.
You're almost there. And so as like you're doing the same thing as Gris, you're sort of like sliding the chain like up against the door, just bracing it until it gets the chain. Every single time it gets close.
Yeah,
You got stubby arms, and so like it's not quite reaching. And then when he sees you're struggling, you hear Terrence like slam against the door and just knock the chain loose from your grasp.
Ah, shit.
And you just hear just on the other side.
Oh, you tried. It's okay, buddy. You tried.
What do we do about this?
So what?
There's no way for us to contact Penny.
The question, Penny's trying to like keeping track of. Now that Penny's noticed that like, Corpus being now polite and less interested, she's just paying attention to him.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for him to get up, basically.
Okay.
The two smartest characters have to figure out how to relock a door. You can do it. I believe in you.
Basically, it's just sort of like how many times will you let us attempt that before, like,
Yeah.
you know? Like, I feel like
You're
that's
free to
what's coming
attempt
down
it
to.
every single time, but the DC will go up.
Ah, shit.
But so
So
can
y-
our rolls.
That's true.
Possibly.
We both rolled a 2, so it could kind of only pretty much go up from there.
Yeah.
And I will
mean,
say
There's only
every
one
attempt.
outcome that's lower than a 2.
I will say
But
that
I mean,
this
odds
every
are on our
attempt
side,
will
right?
every attempt will take roughly like a minute from now on, and you're on a clock now. And I'd say that like looking throughout the room, I'd say around like 5 to 6 minutes has passed. So you have 4 minutes left of emboldening bond.
So yeah.
That's true. We're
Yeah.
just gonna keep going until.
Well,
Yeah,
you also have to
getting
relock
more
the. You also have to relock the
That's
door.
true. You
You're
wanna
focusing
be
on the
like-
chain part.
How long do you think locking a door would take you, Gris?
Gris,
honestly normally would
locking the
unlock
door
them.
would be a higher DC thieves tool check.
Okay. Should we try locking the regular lock first and that?
We
No, the
can't
chain has
open
to be
the
first.
door
The chain has to be
to-
first. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
We want to do
Yes.
like maybe 2 more tries, and then we just commit the rest of it to just locking the regular
Yeah.
door.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a good plan. Okay, so
All
both
right.
of us get another try.
We don't
You
even know
both
anything
get
from
another-
this, we can't help them.
No, you cannot.
We're just
That's the
there
part about
sweating. Our
separate
hands are
missions,
getting.
separate stealth
the
missions in
reason-
D&D. As we pan over, and Pal is just being like, "Damn, he's kind of telling
And
the
now-
story really
and-
well."
And now there's two people just sort of like fiddling with the lock, just silently cursing to each other, just
The
fuck.
DC's going
Come
up
on.
'cause our hands are getting sweatier.
Dropping
Basically,
the wires.
yeah.
Sweaty hands.
It's the most like stressful game of Operation. It's just like you have to keep quit dropping
No,
it.
Chris, you got this. You got this. I believe. You're the best thief I know.
All right,
You got this. Would you say she has inspiration?
I would not. I would not at all. Given how much effort you put into this, I'd almost give her negative inspiration.
No. I take it back. My bad. Respectfully, my bad. You got this,
Alright.
Chris.
So it's the same thing, d20 plus 3 plus d4.
Yes.
Cool. Alright, it can't be worse than last time.
It can.
It wasn't.
That's good.
This is
that a
a
promise?
9 plus a d4.
Yeah.
Hmm. I don't suppose I can edit any of these rules with Bardic Inspiration or Lucky
Nah,
from
you don't
You
know
can,
they're
you are
happening.
not. You don't
You
know
can't
what's
see them.
happening.
You're like, things are going smooth.
I got a
You know-
12, which is a little more.
Well,
Yeah.
my work here is done. I've done all I need to do.
You know, bards are actually pretty popular on infiltration missions because of how they can affect skill checks
yeah,
and
but
rolls
he's our
like
only
this.
person who could talk to the guy. And,
True. All right. That is a failure though. Grace, Noda, would you like to take a shot at it?
Okay, this is
the one.
This is the one. It wouldn't make sense. This.
Mm.
Hold on 1 second. It wouldn't. No, it wouldn't. Never mind. I was gonna be like, do you know what has better decks than me? My Link
No.
Spar. You just hear like a crash from upstairs.
Yeah.
No, it's fine. I got
Your
this. Give me a boost.
so your
I think
Link's
I need
form
more
is also
leverage.
lacking opposable thumbs. I shouldn't.
Exactly.
I shouldn't
That's why it
mention.
doesn't make sense. Obviously. Okay, this is the one. I'm gonna.
Alright, you want a boost?
Give me a boost.
Uppies?
Uppies. We're not gonna. I'm not even gonna risk doing a cartwheel in the hallway though. There's not enough space for that. I'm just gonna.
Yeah.
We're all
have
business
Chris just-
right now.
yeah.
Business. All business.
This is the one.
This is the one.
Come on. Oh my gosh.
Was it a 1?
No,
No way. Okay.
it's twice as good.
Jesus.
Let's go. Let's fucking go.
Okay, so it's another 6 plus 3. It's another 9.
Okay.
Let's just move on.
that's
Let's
a
move. We
fail-
don't have
yeah.
to. It's fine. It's
How many
cool.
rodents does it take to relock it?
It's because we're short, okay? It's because we're short. I don't know why they
Okay,
sent someone
So
taller.
there's the chance if he unlocks it magically,
He wouldn't know.
won't know,
How would
right?
he
he
know?
won't know.
This is stupid. We
Yeah.
didn't need to do this. You could just lock the regular. You know
Yep,
what?
there's a
Terrence,
chance.
get out of here. It's fine. It's fine. We're fine. But this is unnecessary, anyways. There's no way he would have. Who would even? What kind of freak would even
Like if
check?
a remote locked house was unlocked
freak.
and I hit the unlock button, I wouldn't know.
Right. You're not gonna be like, hey, it's my door locked. You're just gonna be like, let me unlock it again.
So that one doesn't even matter. We don't have to worry about it. It's not
This
gonna
isn't.
bite us
We're
in the
gonna.
ass.
Yeah, it's
No.
fine. Yeah.
Okay.
All
so
right.
Yeah. You
Go
yep.
ahead.
I'm gonna shut the door. Make
right.
sure the animals are out. Gonna try to lock the regular lock with thieves' tools.
Yeah. So it
I'm
would
gonna try to
d20
give
plus
Chris some
9 plus a
space.
d4.
I'm like, she's got this. I'm gonna. Go
I got
stand over
this.
Here.
All right. Oh Jesus Christ. Okay.
Yeah.
You know what happened?
I rolled a 4, but it's plus 9, so 13
plus
plus a d4.
Oh,
Ooh,
no.
17.
Let's
I
go.
rolled a
17. 17. It takes a little bit of fiddling and a lot of cursing, but you're able to. It's an awkward experience because what you're doing is you're using a turning tool to realign the pins, and then you're trying to reactivate them, basically. And it's a really awkward experience, and that's not something you usually do with thieves' tools, and it's not something that's really easily done. It's very delicate, and you're able to get it mostly. It's mostly activated, but there's no way you could get a perfectly activated lock from the outside. That's the best you could possibly do, given your tools.
Nice. I'm so good.
You're so good.
All right.
Well, that went pretty much flawlessly, I think.
Yeah, I don't think we could have done anything better.
Yeah,
I
we
mean,
did
it's
all we
pretty
could
much
do.
this. Pretty much this. Yeah, exactly.
I'll be
Perfect
real,
job.
I think we
Perfect.
I think we did as well as anyone was expecting us to, if I'm being honest. So
Way better than I thought
think
you would. I'm
We
being real
we
with you.
exceeded expectation.
yeah, barely, but yeah. I think we did it. We did great. We did so good.
Yeah, we should get out of here before.
Yeah. Do we want to go back to your room or you want to go downstairs? I'm kind of hungry.
We should probably go back to the room because if he's with the rest of the group and we just run up to the rest of the group, he's gonna be.
Well, I mean, I don't want to. I'm kind of hungry. That's
Okay.
But we don't.
No controller.
No, please.
Yeah,
no.
no. Okay.
We're not there. We're not there.
I mean, but I kind of don't want to
Food.
go down there with like all this stuff in my bag. Maybe-
Mm.
Because if we're just at, let's step by the room first, I guess. And
Room?
grab
Yeah.
this.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna realizing that I told them they should get out and that they're still not out yet. At least they're not downstairs. Penny's gonna point
So
upstairs.
we're supposed to go downstairs? I can't. What do you want
Well,
us
Penny
to do?
doesn't know. Penny doesn't know. So Penny's gonna
We didn't-
pass
there
message
wasn't a clear
upstairs.
plan.
And be like, well, "Are you guys out yet? What's going on?"
Everything went just according to plan.
Penny's gonna take
We're
that at face value and not ask any deeper. And Penny's going to look over at Sam, who I'm assuming is still talking.
Oh, we're
He's
still
trying
talking it
to.
up.
He's trying to, and he's definitely losing Quillpip. He had him. He's losing him now.
I'm gonna point at Sam from across the bar, just subtly under the table, and cast message and say, "They're out. You're good to stop talking whenever."
Oh, great. Sick.
All right,
Stop
Sam.
the
Sam, how do you end the tale? How do you end the tale, Sam?
Well, rocks fell, but no one died this time.
Let's go.
And I'm gonna be
For a
scooping in robot.
Yeah. For a final check, please make a deception check. As like it's getting like a bit suspicious how long you were droning on. I'll say.
Okay. Oh shit. Okay, and then added to.
Add a
my
D4.
character.
Oh, can he?
And a D4.
Even if
Okay.
you-
Oh wait, no, not a D4. Not a D4.
Okay, yeah, don't
not a
add the
D4.
Okay, I
add-
will not add the D4.
Yeah. Do not.
Do not
D4.
worry, I will not need the D4. I just need to check deception. Plus 8. So, will a 27 suffice?
So die.
27.
He actually
He's like.
immediately suspects that his deadbolt hasn't been closed.
He's just like he's very bored and not like in the patient manner, but like in that he's kind of tired of this. He's like very interesting, and then he like picks up his plate. He's like, well, I gotta go return this plate then. I will see you two later. Hopefully that is at least. And he's going to return his plate to the bartender, which usually most people don't do actually. And then he's gonna immediately like instead of return to you, he's gonna go back upstairs.
He returned it to the bartender. How suspicious! I think he murdered somebody.
Yeah, no, like he brings like a dirty plate to the bartender, and they're just like, okay, and they take
okay,
it like
Thank you.
I-
Are we like
we-
married now? Or?
it's like we have employees that do that sort of thing. Then okay, and he's just gonna go back up to his room. What do the rest of you do now that he has left the lower levels?
Do we hear the footsteps of him going upstairs?
I'm gonna cast.
You would, yeah.
Well, I'm gonna cast message on them, pointing. I don't know where they are, so I'm gonna do it a couple times, pointing at Colpit's room, and then like the hallway, and then our room, finally, and being like, saying each time, he's coming upstairs. If you hear him go into his room, then you can come on out. But
Okay, my ear is pressed up against
you
the
better
door.
not be in the
listening.
room. See if you're still in there. If you're still in there, get fully out and get out of sight.
It's okay, we're under there.
Okay.
Under where?
I got him.
Okay.
He's just gonna give a sour look.
All right.
I'm holding my club, and I do cast Shillelagh as I hear him coming up the stairs, just in case. Just
All right.
in case. I don't know.
Tighter.
Yeah.
All of us have to get out safe. That's what we were told.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You hear You hear the footsteps fade away from the door as he goes to his room. You hear him unlock the door. And let me check again. Let's do a quick...
He's gotta be dumb. He's gotta be dumb.
You're going to not hear anything, actually. Because
Oh
those
shit,
were...
because of the fucking thing.
Yeah, those remained in place and unaltered. And then let me look back at my notes. So there's the wall, there's the chain, there's the clothes. Let's do normal roll. Okay. As you signal the all clear, Penny, you do hear a hurried footsteps coming down the stairs, and you see Quopip like running, like going quickly down the stairs, just kind of like scanning the room a bit. Just sort of looking around. And that's where we're gonna. And that's where we're gonna actually leave the session. Actually.
Good work. Good work for everybody though. Like genuinely, that was good roleplay. That was good fun.
All right.
Fun.
All right. Did you guys enjoy that session?
Yeah, fun.
On a scale of 1 to sussy for this guy.
I mean, the fact that we found a prison uniform, a sending stone, and sound dampeners on all of the walls connecting to different rooms. And also, he has no alibi. He's new in town, claims to know this guy, no one knows him.
I'm gonna go on a limb here. I'm gonna say long distance Hello Kitty girlfriend.
True.
That's how you know he's a threat.
Yeah, he's a threat to everyone's safety.
All you guys have to do is convince Pal that he's a threat.
See, Penny doesn't
Which
see him
might
as a
be
fucking...
easy. That's kind of like the whole thing is I'm not supposed to just trust people. But if I think he's a threat, then we can get him out of here and we can keep going.
Yeah, we
He
can get
doesn't
him out
want
of here.
violence. I want violence. I want to snap him in half.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I want to break it. I want to fucking. What's
Penny
the term?
wants to solve this diplomatically. Because she's a fucking killjoy.
Oh my god.
No, Penny's in
Stick
her
in the
evil
mud.
era.
I'm in my
Very
rude. I'm not
rude.
evil yet.
Rude. That's why they invited you. Party pooper.
Rude for Penny is
I'm feeling
evil.
rude today.
Is it?
To me, it hurts my feelings.
Oh. Good. Yeah, good session. I love the jumping between like the different scenes.
I love
I
us
also
both
love
rolling
that.
like ass back to back.
To back.
To back to back.
The number of
Back to
twos
back.
that we've both rolled.
To time to time.
I have
to
rolled
time, to
so
time,
many
to
twos.
time, to
I'm
time.
putting the style.
My
going
favorite
into
hijinks
video.
of all of D&D is anything related to stealth, where a separate group has to do something and the other group doesn't know if they succeeded yet, but it's just kind of like blissfully unaware that they're up there fucking sweating, like hands cramping, fucking like you're covered in caught, and then you pan back down to the first floor, and it's like, and then and then a frog helped us. It was wild.
Frog helped us.
We were all dead, but the frog told him how to make us not dead.
he undid it. It was incredible. You should have been there. Oh wait, you were there. I'm lying to you.
Well, what a twist! I was there. But yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed that session. Do you have any idea what your plans are for the future next session?
It really depends a lot on how he reacts or if he does. But I guess let's go by the good case, the good scenario,
Yes.
which will definitely happen, where he didn't notice.
He just ran downstairs because he was so excited about something that he thought about regarding your conversation, and he needed to tell you.
Probably regroup upstairs, or outside the tavern, depending on what we think is safer.
We might have to just. Does our room have a window? We could jump out the window and
We just
enter
skip town.
enter. No, we enter from
Wait,
outside.
but
Like
he
we
is,
weren't
if he's
there
in his
the whole
room, can he
time.
hear the rooms around him? Because that sound
No,
bending
but the
probably goes
thing,
both
yeah,
ways.
he wouldn't be able to. But he went back downstairs. So I'm just saying, if Chris and I somehow made our way outside so that we entered, like we just entered the building, like we weren't with you guys.
Unironically, a good alibi. Yeah.
I'm just saying, like then we weren't there. You know?
The problem is how do
You're
I
shopping.
communicate that to you?
Yeah.
I could message it, but like I don't know where you are.
Yeah, you do. We're under there.
If it goes bad, I don't think it'll end up in an altercation because Pal's fucking ginormous and he's a little man.
Yeah, I
Um,
might just be underestimating, but I don't think we're in like.
Danger.
Yeah, I don't think we're in danger. I think we just have a chance to do either like the morally right thing or really fuck up everything going on in this town.
Yeah,
I think we're in an unfortunate position of power without too many consequences.
So
And that is not a
that-
good situation
that-
for
basically,
the
we're
party.
going to
That
try
is-
to reconvene and discuss what we saw and move
That
from
is an
there. That might-
appropriate feeling when once you reach level 5. By the way, that is appropriate feeling for like level 5, 6, 7.
It's like, this isn't a main story thing. It's nothing really goes bad for us probably if we fuck this up, but we're bad people then.
Yes.
And that can extend further. It's not a great reputation to be like, oh, you're the guys who just slaughtered that dude.
Yeah, the guy that was investigating, the other guy that broke out of prison. Yeah, you slaughtered him. That's my thought. It's like there's either there's two options right now. It's either A, he's on the run, and he's using some sort of identity to try and get a position of power here to protect himself, or B, he's also investigating this murder and is trying not to give away the fact that he is. And he's using he's got the prison uniform as like a cover or something. I don't know. Where he's actually a good guy. I'm hoping it's the first one because I do want to snap him like a twig.
Right. I don't think because I mean,
I
like,
wanna use his
there's
body
literally
as a
a
soldier.
note about him saying
He's a
something
soldier.
about. I don't know. Never
It's true, we
mind.
gotta start gathering soldiers.
That's true.
I need bodies. I need bones. At least bones. They don't need
Cam,
a full
you
body.
you do
We
have
can take
you do have
corpus
art
stones.
for the tokens of those skeletons,
We're trying to
right?
snap him in half. We're
I
trying
do not have those
to.
yet because I haven't gotten any skeletons. I haven't had a chance yet to.
You
But
get
I will get
them-
you art in a bit.
Yeah, they gotta be
What is it?
just
We
bony
have to blow
versions
his
of the
back out,
NPC
yeah.
you take them from.
Hey, yo.
Everything.
We keep the clothes like